Listen, all I heard there was Spencer Lino balls in your court. I mean, you calling out Spencer Lino right here live from Hosner's?
As a fan. This is it.
Bulldog fans in here. I wanted to bring in our 2023 state championship.
We talking about LeBron losing championships. What's your record in the state finals?
Man.
Let's talk about Maslow's record when it matters.
It's worth it. That's all you get out of tonight. It's worth watching him dance up.
Right?
That was the first thing here on my clipboard. We started talking early. We got to get that straight. It's the Master McKinley week here.
You want to count that?
Nah,
It's
because
five.
you can just imagine the intro music's going right now, like. Welcome in to another episode of the Northeast Ohio Sports Channel podcast. I'm here with the usual crew: Tavarius Jones to my right, JP Simon to my left, and we got a new face on the show today, Mr. Christopher Cazzetta. Chris, you want to say any words before we just kind of get rolling?
I appreciate the opportunity for letting me join the team, you guys. It's been a hell of a year. It's been fun watching all the teams that we've gone to, and couldn't ask for a better co-host, you know?
I know, right? I know. That's what I feel like we perfected things like towards the end because I kind of figured out what we should have been doing, and
the
then
whole time, yeah.
It's whatever.
Hey, opportunity came.
But first thing on the agenda, I have to be fair. JP, how many in a row, JP?
That's 11.
Let us know.
That's 11 coming. We got the 11 on the floor. Or you took that away from me.
We took the 11 away.
The 11.
He had the shit back there,
It kept falling.
but I knocked it over.
He had an 11 set up, even though it's 10 in a row.
We're working on the 11 year now. It's a new
But
year, new
but,
goal.
But you know what? It went down, and it's not here, so clearly it's not going to
But
happen.
it is.
It's a
But
good
it
omen
is.
for the Bulldogs.
Yep.
In fairness, it is.
Couldn't get it to
is-
stay up.
It is the first time we've all gotten together since number 10 was official.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the decade of dominance was complete. I appreciate you bringing that up.
Man, and I filmed almost every single one of them except for maybe two.
You know, they
which
say
is
Chris
terrible
was
to
so
think about.
excited on the field on that win, his mustache straightened out.
It did.
That was a good win for the Tigers. Everybody, Jones's beard straightened up on him.
A lot of things were wrecked that day.
A lot of things got straightened out.
Man, Jones knows this. I didn't tell you this. I didn't tell Chris this. You know, when it was 14-0, Chris was getting, a
Feeling
little
good.
on my right, and I'm thinking, oh no, if we get blown out, I got to listen to this all game long.
Yeah.
And then at least McKinley made a game out of it, and then I got a good clip of him, yelling about the punt return or whatever.
Yeah.
It was a good game. That's all you can
Great
ask
game.
for. It came down to special teams, unfortunately, for one of us. Jones, you want to jump in?
Well,
Yeah.
we knew that special teams was going to be an issue for us. All year, McKinley has given up a lot of mistakes on the special team side. And I said before the game even started, if it wasn't going to be this game, being the Massillon game, somewhere in the playoffs, McKinley was going to give up something big on the special team side, and it was going to hurt. And it happened in both games, not just the Massillon game, but the Minter game. And I just knew off rip, like, well, whatever we doing in the front office, special teams wise, we can't do that no more. I'm not even saying at all. But yeah, man, special teams is just dog. I mean, it ain't dog. It's dog shit. It ain't dog. It ain't got nothing dogs. You know what I mean? But we had a lot of problems. A lot of mistakes and whatnot. But if we want to boil it down to one area of the field, special teams really hurt us in both of the biggest games of McKinley's career this year.
I always feel bad when the defense plays lights out, and that's kind of been a theme. Oh, shit. That's going to turn off. though.
JP, you going to have to cut that motherfucker out, twin.
Damn.
Cut!
Yeah,
Cut!
really. That's all right. We'll keep
Cut!
it rolling just
Cut!
for funny.
Cut!
Is that
You'd be a good director.
Man, we never...
Turn that bitch down to like 6, cuz.
Oh, my God.
JP, cut that hoe off, man.
I don't know how we're doing
Advantage Tax Services. Go to
What you
Advantage
mean?
Tax
Turn it
Services
all
for all
the way
your
up.
tax services needs.
How did we get away
No,
with
I'm
the one
saying
time?
Just turned it off.
It
though,
just
yeah.
went off, is what I'm saying. Whatever you just did, leave it. Leave it. Walk away. Walk away. Walk away.
Oh my God,
Walk
this dude
away.
Jones.
Softly. Softly.
Like I said, this dude Jones is the only dude that'll just tell JP.
Here goes as soon as I sat down.
As soon as you
Kick
sat
back
down,
on.
that bitch kicked back on.
I know.
I'm waiting for it. All right, man. We had a
Technical
small
difficulties
technical difficulties, dude.
Had to put on my maintenance man cap there for a minute to get things together, but got a little chilly in here.
But yeah, the last thing I mentioned was just, the defense seemed to play lights out for both squads.
Sure.
I mean, no doubt. But it's just sad from the McKinley's perspective to just see something like, man, the defense played lights out all day long and it just seemed to not matter at the end. And that's what hurts me.
But that's been a trend, though, because, I mean, every year,
Yeah.
McKinley's had a lights-out defense, dog, ever since I could remember. And it came down to, can our offense get points on the board, or are we ever going to make a stop on special teams? And McKinley's defense just gets the rug pulled out from underneath them just because of other things that, unfortunately, some of them players just can't control. And that's the worst thing. That's the worst thing for me. It's like, we got the talent. We got everything. These guys was in the right position to make plays every single play, and it was just
And I mean, they finished 9-3. I'm quite positive. Because they didn't get 10 wins, and the 3 losses are then to the out-of-state New Jersey team,
St. Augustine.
you guys, and then Menor by a combined 18 points or something like that. You know what I mean?
The most points scored was in the Augustine game. We lost by 14 or 17, one of the two.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, it's just sad to see the defense, kind of get hung out, to dry there, that they played so well, and it just kind of didn't seem to matter. We always joke that when we were in high school, it was the complete opposite. The offense was putting up 40 points a game, but then the defense would give up 38, you know?
What do you guys think as fans of the new hire, the new coach? I know they brought the new strength coach over.
Oh, yeah.
And even in that game, you could kind of feel some of the immediate impact he's had in some of the adjustments in game and just the overall team. It seemed like they were dialed in. There wasn't a whole lot of extracurriculars for the first time in a long time in that game.
No, lots of penalties and whatnot. No,
Yeah. I mean, did you guys as fans, do you see anything? You watched a lot more McKinley football than I did. Do you feel like you got the right guy for the job and things are going the right way? Is there things to be positive about you guys saw as fans this year? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not to, I was never disappointed with anybody to begin with, but I think it was just kind of clear that maybe McKinley needed to move in a different direction. I mean, I like everything that we saw this year. It just, when you lose the games you lose, it sucks. Mm-hmm. But it's like, well, let's ex-nay the New Jersey team because it was just kind of whatever. But, let's say they don't, like me and you talked earlier, it seemed they got too conservative. Let's say they would have got aggressive on a 4th and 7 or something wherever. I don't know. I might be talking wrong because they didn't move the ball well in that fourth quarter. But they could have done something, and then held you guys. And then Menor is just not even close in the same area. They should have beat Menor. I mean, it's just,
Which was crazy. I watched your guys' coverage of that game, and that wild game.
Yeah, and that's what's kind of sad because then in retrospect, in hindsight, me and him thought, man, the loss to you guys was nothing. You know what I mean? It's just well, it was a good game. We lost off the punt return, whatever, good crowd. Menor, we had one. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was just, and
we just gave up too much time.
Yep.
We had 2, if you think about it, 2 heartbreaking, game-breaking mistakes on the special teams on the kickoff. And then we had 12 men on the field, which put them on the other side of the field. Well, they was already on the other side of the field. Put them closer to the end zone, and now they got, instead of having to drive 80 yards with a minute 46 in a timeout, now they have to drive 40 yards with a minute 46 in a timeout.
Yep.
And I don't know about y'all, but I know for sure Maslin, Menor, McKinley, hell, even Jackson, they can get 40 yards in a minute 46 in a timeout.
And that's what changed the game. And then, gosh, what was it, 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whatever it was, that we and you went up to Menor,
2 years ago.
you know, and then they lost. Somehow less heartbreaking, but more heartbreaking. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, that play, I don't know,
Yeah.
because that Menor game,
Yeah.
it was on the last play as well, but we still had time. But
Yeah, it was
the
different.
amount of time that we had was only like 13 seconds, 14, 15, less than 20. And I don't know about you, but in high school, you got 20 seconds left on the clock. Unless you got them dogs, you ain't getting down the field.
unless you got a dude who's 6'6" catching the ball downfield.
Unless you can
yeah.
throw and pray, you know,
Yeah.
unless something crazy happened. But that game we also lost kind of almost on the last play. Just a missed sack. Quarterback scrambled out the pocket, had a miscommunication downfield. Defensive back thought he was tackled, and receiver was wide open in the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
And it just took the breath out of McKinley. I mean, and even in this year's Menor game, like the breath was getting taken out of McKinley, and then we got that fumble 6.
Yeah, that was
that
was
electrified
Turned
the
the game around
stadium
there.
back.
Yeah.
Like we was like, oh yeah, we back in this game. Like we're not going home. Like it was one of them ones where it was like, all right, Menor might not have our number this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then
How many consecutive? I didn't realize you guys had played them. That
It
many years
is.
ago.
I think it's 8 in a row.
in
in
the
the
playoffs?
playoffs,
Yeah.
No. It's just 8 in a row
Since
overall.
2005.
2006 was the first loss because that's when I was in 6th grade. I was at that game at Massillon.
Okay.
I just know, you know what I mean? Like that was the first years that I started going to games. They had lost to Menor. And that was the last second. They got like a running back screen for a touchdown. You know, McKinley could have won that game too. That's all right. We'll,
Go through it.
didn't we do that the one time?
Yeah,
Like-
but we was way the fuck over there. It didn't matter. We right up.
Yeah, but we
underneath it.
recorded here for our first one.
Yeah, this never came on though.
Probably wasn't cold enough.
It wasn't
It
cold.
wasn't cold enough.
If we good though, man. Hey, featuring
Yeah,
the
featuring the
heater.
Spurs. We're
Big
trying to
shout out
keep warm.
To, who's it? Enbridge Gas. Show being brought to you by
big shout out to Enbridge
Company.
Gas, man, keeping us warm.
Nice and
This
toasty
is
up
actually
here.
the coldest episode that we've ever recorded.
Yeah, if you tune out because of furnace, then we don't really want you listening anyways.
Yeah, all the ice we got on.
Right.
And
Yeah.
all right,
Shout it out.
show them,
So-
JP.
Yeah, JP.
You know, I
You
always
look
gotta
chilly
have
today,
a little
man.
little bit of jewelry from my man Jones. Let him see them diamonds hit the light.
But all right, so we were talking about. Yeah, so let's talk about Big Walnut real quick, and then I want to
Never
talk
heard
about.
of her.
Well, that too. All right, I just want to
heard
talk. Anything you want to say about the game? If not, I was figuring we could move on to highlights because
mean-
Chris had probably the privilege of seeing
Yeah.
both teams' best game. You know, McKinley killed Jackson, and then you guys beat St. Ed's
That was such a
obviously
fun
for the
game,
millionth
too,
time in a
because-
row.
Yeah.
That was such a fun game because where we were.
The Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to good old Jason Blackiston, you know,
Yeah,
that
they fed
he
us-
got Chris and I up in the press box in the away side of Jackson.
Yeah, they fed us good. It was
Yeah,
a good spot.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ate good. We had Chick-fil-A, hot dogs,
Popcorn, pretzels.
popcorn.
They gave us everything on the board.
I know you
Nice.
missed out on all the games, but
Everything but
Hey, man, I was
pizza.
getting
you
my
wouldn't have
ass
wanted to be
whooped.
up on that press box, though.
You had
I was
more- you
getting, I
had
was
more
getting, I was
pressing
getting my
business.
ass whooped every
Man.
Friday night, goddamn.
He had pressing business.
I was doing the best I could.
Hey, we had the privilege of seeing Mr. Jones in action too. So
Man,
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. So you guys played East Canton, you know, and I live in East Canton. My girlfriend's from East Canton. I was excited to at least get to a couple of their games, but I was sad that you guys had to be the first one.
what he won't tell you is I was telling him, don't come. After the first scrimmage, I already knew, like, all right, bro, you ain't got to be there.
yeah, that was a
As
little.
much as I wanted the kids, you know, I wanted to bring that, you know, y'all going to be on film, y'all going to be on YouTube. I wanted to bring that, like, it only worked for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like something that I could carry through my week, through my season. Like y'all got a YouTuber as our coach. Like if y'all get right, y'all gonna be on
Well,
on the channel.
but you're not just a YouTuber, you know. Don't undersell yourself. I mean, you know your football X's and O's.
I do,
You know,
but it didn't feel like it this past year. Dog. It didn't matter what I put out there.
That's fair, that's fair.
Drawing
JP,
it
you probably never been in this position, but you
have you ever been down
watch
37-0?
you ever watch so much
close to
film,
it. Never
JP,
mind, yeah.
that you about to throw up?
Yeah.
And all of that, your whole call sheet, you got every caveat in the book.
Can't even get to
and
it.
you can't even get to it.
Yeah,
I printed off 10 call sheets, and I probably could have used one for all 10 games.
Right. Yeah.
That's how bad it was, dog. Nothing against St. Thomas Aquinas. I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of things that need to occur in order for that school to return the way it was in the 90s, early 2000s. Unfortunately, that they are not there right now.
Yeah, come to think of it, I mean, Aquinas, they have as many playoff era state titles as you guys do.
Here we
Literally.
go.
I'm
Here
just
we
playing.
go.
I'm just
Here we
playing.
go.
But they do, though.
Yeah.
Let's put
crazy to
that
think about.
one back up.
Just
I
put
think
the
that's what we need to do.
But in reality, I give you the 25, so I can't even,
When I was in high
because then
school,
I get to
good.
claim McKinley has
I went to
12. So
Central,
There you go.
I was
I
our
mean,
biggest rival
Add 'em
there
up.
in
Yeah.
St. Thomas.
but
How many state titles have you played? I mean, have you
don't do that
coached
again.
in?
Coached in. What am I at? 4 now?
Yeah.
3?
Four?
4?
1 and 4.
Yeah. 1 and 3.
But you guys arguably
Yeah,
should have, could have, would
You
have
try to do
won
me
the
right there.
2018
You try to give me
year.
another
I
loss.
give everybody that.
What's that? He was over there
I
adding
know,
loss
I know.
on
He
my
was.
loss column.
I said I witnessed all 4 of your guys' state title games. I watched the 5th one on TV, that 2005 one.
Mm-hmm.
I
was
thought
live at that one.
you guys should have won 2018. I totally. I mean, you didn't in the same way McKinley didn't beat you guys this year, but ultimately I feel bad that I always thought you guys should have won that year. Because then the narrative gets
Well,
changed.
cue up the
to be-
violin music then.
No,
Feel
I'm
so
just
bad.
saying. I'm just saying.
Got to,
No,
because I don't know what the
But-
boys out west doing.
When did Aquinas? What year did they get one? I vaguely remember.
We'd have to
94.
look it up. 94?
94.
The last one.
That's it. Nice.
94. It's either 84 or 94, one of the two. But
That's
they
fair.
they won it. And
McKinley
that's what they
has
hang their hat on, bro. Like they try to get back there.
Yeah.
McKinley
they're
has 3 playoff era state titles. Central has 3 as well.
Yeah.
They got their 3rd in
Damn,
2016
so you the
or
only
whatever.
one. You the only one lacking right now, Mr. Tiger.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but he's the only one with the real ring.
If we went from the ball dropping 2000 to now, we just went into modern day.
Damn.
Where we at? In this century,
We got
talking
2
about
basketball ones. What are you talking about? 3 if you want to count girls basketball.
Listen, 23 was cool, but the only thing the Tigers worried about is 26. Worried about none of them. 22,
Yeah.
18,
I don't
19.
blame
We're on to 26.
Absolutely, I get
Up
you.
front and center, 2-6.
But I wanted to bring up the Massillon St. Ed's game because you guys beat them for the millionth time
It's
in
a
a
good
row.
one to bring up.
It's kind of unreal that I go to these games watching McKinley and it's like, damn, we could have won that game or whatever. And then I can't imagine how St. Ed's feels.
Yeah.
Because they're coming into that game number 1 in the state every year. It's not like, you know what I mean?
We had the
Power
conversation about what's actually a more impressive streak. What's going on with McKinley or the St. Ed's?
What
deal?
about our boys up north in Glenville?
Oh,
good.
What happened in
Hey,
that game?
man.
Listen,
Was they really that tough?
so you guys were there, right? Were you?
I was.
Yeah.
I was by myself.
So I let that film. You can look at the X's and O's of that one, but what was stuck in my mind with Glenville. The away team, how they come into Tiger Stadium there, they pull the bus out, they get out, and they walk into the fence. I've seen a lot of teams over my 10 years how they enter the stadium. Mm-hmm. It was militant the way Glenville entered the stadium. Kids weren't in line joking around or wrestling around, or they didn't run in, they didn't jog in. They walked as a group with their coaches and their players, and it just stood out to me because pre-game, a couple of the coaches, we go in there and we get a lift in, and we usually, it times up to where we're walking in right behind the away team. And it just stuck out to me. Watching Glenville walk in was different than what I've seen other away teams approach that game. You know what I mean? And that spoke a lot to, their success over the last few years, this year.
Yeah, that Glenville team, they got a lot of poise.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of poise,
It's really
a lot of
impressive.
composure.
Yeah.
It's one thing that, we didn't get it all on film, but when we interviewed Ted Ginn and another coach that they had, one thing that he said was these boys, they want them to be battle tested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why they schedule the schedule that they
Sure.
that they do. You know what I mean? So with a team like that, your 3 losses, 2 of the 3 teams, 2 of the 4 teams that you lost to made a state title.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That That says a lot.
Yeah.
And you're a Division IV school, so
Yeah.
it's like for them to be beating the players. I mean, beating the teams that they had beaten, and have gotten, as far as they've gotten. I mean, it's nothing short of they got the shit going up.
Yeah,
Got
it's
the
impressive
shit
what they've
going
been
on
able to
there.
build over there for
Literally.
sure.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? They coach that school like it's a small college.
Mm-hmm.
He hard on them
Yeah.
because I'm doing y'all a favor. I'm giving y'all an opportunity. The Ginn Academy don't have to exist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Glenville football don't have to exist. They was getting ready to do away with it. So that's
And he's emotional, almost after every loss. Or, God, I'm sorry. He's emotional after almost every win.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine how much he probably cares about that program. I mean, because I don't want to say it's his program, but I mean, my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
he's
was
been there my
crying.
whole life.
He had to get himself together before we even press
he had
play.
to- and
he was like, "Let me get my." I'm like,
Really?
"You good, coach? We
yeah.
get it, bro."
Yeah.
We
He's
get
an
it.
older. His son played in the NFL. His son
Yeah.
played for Ohio State.
Teddy Jr.
Yeah, and
For
so
the Dolphins, too.
he's just one of them
I got his
dudes.
rookie
Like
card.
Rookie, yeah.
he's been coaching football forever, and so I
Literally.
can't imagine how much he cares.
Very
about that
decorated
program.
coach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he cares a lot.
Yeah.
And for somebody that cares a lot about football like me, you can see it. Like his football heart is always on his sleeve.
Yeah. And his kids play hard for him. You can see
They
that.
do.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, shit. Even in that Indian Valley game, they soared back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Indian Valley made that a game. It was a one possession, one fuck up.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
gonna ruin that season for Glenville. But they didn't. They stood strong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And after a game like that, I'd be emotional as hell too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But shit, he said just to see him stand up.
Shit.
When he said that, just to see him stand up, like, you can't take
bet.
nothing away from them boys, dog.
Yeah. Yeah. They earned it for sure.
But I'm like, the way they came out against y'all, I'm like, oh yeah, Glenville might have another. They might be back in the state finals. It was way too early to tell. They had,
Sure.
Man.
16 weeks of
Yeah.
football left,
Yeah,
but it was
yeah.
like, damn, bro.
And we both had a lot
massive.
to figure out after that game. Playing a team like that week one really exposes what you need to dial in
Yeah.
on.
I
and
mean,
focus
playing
in
any
on.
good team week one, like look what happened with Ohio State and Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For any school, high school, college, NFL, the first 2 weeks are the worst weeks offensively. Defense got it figured out because even if you fuck up on defense, you can still fly to the ball.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like offensively, in the first 2 weeks is the worst 2 weeks of football. Any of my sports bettors out there, any first 2 weeks of the season, always take the unders on anything that happens.
You heard it there.
This
You heard it,
episode
you heard
is
it
brought
there.
to you by DraftKings. No, I'm
Told
playing.
me that
Brought to you by BetMGM. But
You should
no.
have told me that week too. You
Yeah.
told me that now.
But it's like you got to get into a groove. It take
Yeah.
a while to get into a groove.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like, but a team like that, all they need, if they trust they run as much as they do, they just trust they big uglies up front. And if we could just move the ball, we need our 5, 6, 7 yards. We'll get one.
Control the sticks.
Control the sticks, stay ahead of the sticks.
Yeah.
And if we can get, a long touchdown pass every now and again, if we can get the ball going in the air,
And I've always preferred to play a big team week one. We've had years where it's
You guys went
Less
from
of a test than
Valdosta,
others.
or yeah.
and Pickerington a few years ago we opened up with. I mean, we've opened up historically with some good teams here, and
So what y'all think about opening up against McKinley? Ever thought about that?
What?
we're gonna play y'all twice. Y'all want 2 L's?
No, I'm saying, but like, what if
We
they
increase the
just
odds
made
of us
week?
winning.
What if they made week 10, week 1?
Man, they stretching now. They trying to find.
Y'all ain't even
Hey,
in our division no more.
I'm not a part of
Figure out
that.
something.
You're not even
I
in our
didn't say
division
nothing.
no
I don't
more.
want to
Man.
make it week one.
But why you so scared though? You're afraid now. Now they gonna talk about playing us
Whatever-
10 weeks earlier.
Whatever month they want to line it up, you get
Man,
it
we
done
can
with
line
it.
that. We can line that bitch up in July.
June 30th.
You
As
do
long
whatever.
as Kai West is in the backfield, we can line it up.
You're gonna have to talk to somebody higher than me on this totem pole to get that game moved. You guys let me know when it's scheduled. I'll be there to coach it up.
Hey man, so how did y'all discover or rediscover or whatever Xavier Owens? That boy is a dog.
He works for that. You know what I mean? He put in an off season. You could see it last year.
Yeah.
And we knew he had moved up and was practicing with the varsity as a freshman.
But it seemed like in the beginning he wasn't playing. He didn't get many carries in the beginning of the
well,
season.
he had a couple guys in front of him that were pretty good.
Yeah.
You mean previous to this season?
Right.
And he dealt with some injuries there, and whatever it is that it clicked for him in the off season this past year. And
But he was a senior, right?
Yeah, like
he's
it just,
coming back. He'll be back again.
It just seemed like he get into another gear.
Yeah,
He running hard. That's why I like a running back that's gonna get it up in there.
Him and Kylan West.
And when he get to
Yeah.
that second level, I'm out of there.
He's fast.
But but the way he built, it don't
Yeah.
look like he got that speed though.
I know it.
Literally,
He'll take
like you
off
said,
on
Saquon. He'll get through there as soon as he get to his spot.
Gone.
Yeah.
I'm out of there.
He's a special player, man. And his brother was too. Everybody remembers
Yeah,
that brother.
we know about that rental.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're both special players.
Both rentals.
Oh, here we go. Here
We
go.
give Xavier a pass
Here we
because
go.
he did his time.
Man.
But the other one didn't do his time. Didn't
Hey.
work his way through the master.
Man, how about that basketball
Listen,
season?
but even talking about him, even say I want to give him some love. He's at Slippery Rock right now,
Yeah.
doing his thing. You know, what I mean, I think he's a redshirt freshman, and he started for him this year and performed really well in Slippery Rock. He looked good.
Right. This is the
You're gonna get to know his brother a little bit more this year too. Don't worry about it. You're gonna
Gotta
know
find
the
a way.
difference between them.
Bulldogs gonna find a way, dog. They're always gonna find a way. to get
break the streak eventually.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
gotta
it's gotta
find a way to
happen
get a
eventually.
stop.
Yeah, I hear you.
I think when Nate Moore retire,
Yeah, Nate's young.
that might. But when he
Nate's
retired
young.
his tenure at Massillon,
Yeah.
because it's coming.
Hey.
Y'all ain't gonna be able to hold Nate long. But when it do,
Bro, he
come-
could be in Massillon for 20 years for
But-
all we
but
know.
as
now.
much
Nate's
as I done
Nate's
heard-
a young man now.
but much as I done heard about Mr. Moore and who he could potentially go to, and teams giving him offers and stuff, like,
A lot of people think Ryan Day is going to the NFL.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
right.
if Mr. Moore move up out of there, y'all
And
boys might be in trouble.
You know-
man.
I would love if Coach Moore left Massillon for
you
Ohio
know what they
State.
say
I mean,
about
know
if this
that?
was fifths, right? If this was fifths, he here now. That's all you need to worry about.
yeah,
Has
you're not
any
wrong.
Massillon
26.
coach ever
You're
gone
not
on to,
wrong.
like, Ohio State or anything like that?
One more
Say that
time.
again.
Has any Massillon or McKinley coach gone on to coach?
Earl
Yes,
Bruce.
Earl Bruce
Earl
did.
Bruce,
He left
yeah.
Massillon for. Oh well, and then someone else did too. JP. Who else? No, who else?
Left on
There's a big name in Massillon who left Massillon to go to Ohio State.
Lee Owens.
Oh
No. Who are you talking
There
about?
might be a stadium named after him.
Oh, Paul Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Brown ventured down to Columbus. Yeah.
Well, because I did a short video project for like an English class a long time ago. He won Ohio State's first national championship.
you was talking Ohio State. I'm with you now. I'm following
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Well, I'm just So to answer your question, Paul Brown and
Earl Bruce.
Earl Bruce
The OG
both did.
Tiger.
Paul Brown obviously won a championship. I think Earl Bruce won like the Rose Bowl or something maybe, but
Yeah.
and then after Earl Bruce was John Cooper and then good old Jim Tressel.
Good old Jimmy.
Good old Jimmy. Well, speaking of, maybe we can kind of dive into that if you want. We mentioned Jim Tressel. You know, people used to accuse me of using Jim Tressel's name to get views, and I'm like, no, man, that's not the case. Of course, the thing.
Yeah,
turns
right
out-
on cue.
I know,
Right on,
right?
you see, I hit the button. You saw that, right? Here it is go. He started talking all that McKinley nonsense. We hit the button.
I'm not even talking about McKinley.
No, I'm with you. But yeah,
But people ask me all the time, like, how do you get into this? Yeah, and I mentioned this to you just yesterday or the day before. You know, when we made videos many years ago, we had videos here and there get like 1,000 views or whatever. You hear these people talk all the time on YouTube or TikTok or whatever. That like they're like, oh, you know, my first video got 20 views, and then my second video, oh, it got 60 views, and I was just so inspired to continue making content. You know, that was not our case. The first video I ever made got like 1,000 views in a month. And I didn't even know about it because my mom was too cheap. Famously, we had dial-up internet.
Yeah.
Chris knows.
Yeah.
We had dial-up internet. So I had uploaded a YouTube video at school, and I checked back like a month later, and it had 1,000 views. And I was like, holy shit. So it changed my thought process. Just like any other young teenager, I thought I was going to do video games and stuff. So that's why Jim Trussell was the name. It was just simply the Xbox username that I had. But that username comes from him.
Of course it does.
Notice he's laughing because we sat in our English class in high school. It was an English college class. Shout out Professor Ann Maltempi.
Follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, I know, right? We would get done with our stuff and we'd play this game called Quick Hit Football. And it was an online football game, and it was pretty much Madden but coach mode. And you'd call just some sort of whatever counter play. Okay, you'd watch your players run the play. You didn't control them. So then you could either play the computer and gain points to get your team better or whatever, or you could play your buddies, and obviously that's what would start happening. So my login, because my name is Tommy Russell, my login was T. Russell for all my school stuff.
Yeah.
And he thought Jim Trustle's name was spelled that way or whatever it was. So he just started calling me Jim Trussell. And that's just simply how it began.
And then I saved my name, saved his name in my phone as Jim Trussell the Muscle Russell.
Yeah.
And then from then on, I always recall him now. In school, I'd be like, "You're Jim Trussell the Muscle Russell."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Jim Truss. My God.
I never knew where that came. I don't think you ever
I
told
called
me
him
that.
Nope.
I called
I
him
had
as
just-
Jim Trussell.
Yeah.
I had
And
put that
then
in
when
the
we started playing together on 2K,
Yeah.
right, we played the game together. His gamer tag was also Jim Trussell. So I'm like, he taking this and running with it.
Yeah.
I'm fucking with it.
Yeah.
Jim Trussell. That's my guy.
Yeah, double down on it.
Double
Yep.
down on the Jim Trussell.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's how the name began. The channel for the longest time was just simply Jim Trussell because that was my Xbox username.
Got it. Yeah.
And so then somewhere along the line, you get these like YouTube strategy, things you pay for monthly. They tell you how to improve things, and that was their best, contribution ever was to give it some sort of ownership, like name it, Jim Trussell's something something something. So that's how the channel became what it is today, right now. That is Jim Trussell's Northeast, and I think it's cartoonish in hindsight, but he insists that we keep the original because how can you get rid of it? I understand.
Okay.
But we're all Jim Trussell.
It's something about the brand, dog.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it could be something. Like, think of one of the most famous YouTubers right now. His name is Mr. Beast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
You
How
know what
dumb.
I mean? Like,
I know.
How you trademark that?
That
You
one
know
dude,
what
the
I mean?
Penguin Zero.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
how do you trademark
Yeah, I love
that?
that.
Yeah.
You make your trademark by how well your content is. So
Right.
I'm like, keep the Jim Trussell because that's
Yeah.
what people will know us by. And everywhere we go, me and Chris, hey, you Jim Trussell? Yeah, that's me. You know, how you
Yeah,
doing?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm Jim. You know what I mean? What kind
I
of?
texted you guys. We talked about it that one game, and then for 2 weeks, probably 3 people. I was at the grocery store and 2 other.
You're at
places.
Giant Eagle.
Yeah, and I'd walk around with my hood up, just in sweatpants, and some guy, hey man, you're that Jim Trussell guy. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, that's me. My name's Jim.
I was all the way in Cleveland one time getting gas. He said, "Hey, I think I know you. You Jim, ain't you?" I said, "Yeah, I'm the guy."
Yeah.
He's like, "You cut your hair."
What were you gonna say?
I was at it was called End Zone, I think. It's a bar in Perry.
Okay.
And sitting there at the bar, and 15 minutes before closing time, the guy next to me, hey man, you're that guy that makes the YouTube videos, right, about football? And I was like, yeah.
Man, I knew
Sat there
it
and
was
talked
real.
for 15-20 minutes about high school football with this guy
Nice.
at 2 a.m.
Facts.
That's awesome.
I knew it was real when our CTE Auto Tech class, some guy came down from Liberty Ford. I'm talking big front office guy. I'm suit and tie,
Yeah.
dressed to the nines. He cut his presentation. He said, "Hey," caught me in the hallway. He said, "You do the YouTube, don't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." But he gave me his card and everything. I'm like,
That's wild.
Well, let's hit him up.
Let's hit him
Let's
up.
hit him up.
Yeah,
Yep.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
it's just something as simple as that, man. It's like
Yeah.
the channel is,
Does
we've
the
done a
same
really
thing,
good job.
Yeah, and I can't stress enough. I mean, man, there was never a video in the beginning that had 50 views. You know, what I mean, that first video had 1,000 views. It has 10,000 now, and if you go watch that, I mean, it sucks.
Yeah.
You go back to your old stuff, and it's like, man, that's my first. That
Right.
sucks.
Yeah,
but it's okay.
absolutely.
Like you can see the idea behind it is great. In hindsight, I think, man, it was so meant to be. And getting back to that story then, the origin story, it was so meant to be. I started filming this guy. So that's how it's kind of remarkable. People kind of were probably wondering, Chris kind of came out of nowhere because Jones is coaching. But for me, Chris didn't come out of nowhere. Because I recorded Chris when I was like 13 years old and he was like 11 or 12. And we were messing with his brother. His brother was asleep in a bedroom, and he's messing with his brother, messing with him while he's sleeping and shit. And it's so funny how things kind of come full circle.
I totally had forgotten about that. For a little
I know.
while. Until you texted me.
Yep.
And asked
Trip
to do
down
that.
memory lane.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And-
oh man, I forgot you even had that. Can you take that down?
But it's not on YouTube.
No, now you got to repost it. Now I'm curious.
It's on
to
a
see it now.
DVD. I could show you. I'm not gonna put it on the.
Oh, you
Copy,
teased
bring some
everybody.
copies.
I'll cut it right here.
Gotcha.
That was it. I don't remember, to be honest.
And-
It's
Sounds like a
so
sponsorship deal. to
Yeah,
me, though.
dirty
Some-
underwear.
Some laundry
sounds-
man.
He'll be
Laundry man.
Sponsored by Gain, honey.
Gain. right.
Tide.
Yeah.
But-
he'll be mad.
But so yeah, it's amazing to look back in hindsight that Chris technically is the first one I ever filmed doing shit. So it makes perfect sense. And above all things, he is a Maslin guy.
Yeah.
So
And we hoop too.
We hoop too. Speaking of which, what's the date of that game?
man, I don't
I'll
know.
write
I
note
can look
down,
that
too.
up.
Before we leave, we got to make sure. We might have to make a field trip.
McKinley's 2000s win is coming up. Let's talk about that.
man.
Oh, you don't want to talk about that?
here
2000
we go.
wins?
Yeah, man.
Winningest program in Ohio?
Is that what it is?
Absolutely.
Man.
They're at
Yeah, you
1989 right now.
By how many?
You wish.
They got 11 to go.
No, I mean by how many? What's
Oh,
the
like
difference
who's
with
in
the next
second?
game? Yeah.
We'd have to Google that. I don't know.
So wait, they could hit 2,000 this season.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
they're. I don't want to drink, but I mean,
Are they the
they're,
first in Ohio to do that?
Oh,
They're number
CJP,
one.
I knew the 11 would come in handy.
11, that's
Oh, yeah, they got 11 to go.
Love every now and then. Get some love in there.
But yes, they're McKinley. We talk about football so much that you guys are number one in wins and we're number two, but we forget McKinley basketball is number one in Ohio
Gotcha.
for all-time wins. So they lost last night in a close game to Alliance.
In overtime.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, in
That's
overtime.
Yeah.
So they're still at 1,989. So they got
Gotcha.
11 to go.
Okay.
So I was trying to look at my schedule because I haven't done a basketball game yet, and I'm trying to figure out what that 2000th game would be. It could be either Jackson or Harvest Prep. Or,
That'd be
I
that'd be
know.
sweet to get that.
If they can get that, if they
Well, no
can get
matter what, I
2
wanna
wow
be
against Jackson.
but
this
if
the
it's
basketball
against
team or
Jackson or
just the
oh,
basketball?
dude.
Basketball.
But it kind of depends on if they beat Jackson the first time around because then they play at Jackson next week, I think.
Yeah.
So would the 2,000s potentially be at home at Jackson or at Jackson?
Let me look at the.
I mean, I ain't gonna put no
I don't want to be
pressure on
wrong. No, let me just. I can find the McKinley page real quick.
That'd be wild.
Yeah. No matter what, I personally plan on, hopefully whoever wants to go. Me personally, I plan on at least trying to make the 2000th win. It just sucks that, with work and everything, I take off for football.
Yeah.
So when basketball season comes, it's kind of, I feel bad. So I try to wait for a good game.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it's a good
Or even
Um,
post it, we could add it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give a chance because you might have
Hey, what are the odds is against Masson though?
Okay, let me
I heard
Google
that's
that
a
real quick.
push.
Let me Google that.
That's any man. That's anybody can win that one. Any given Sunday. That's a push coming in. Shout out Josh Hose and the boys.
Yeah,
he
go ahead.
got him playing at a high level. Josh, a former guest on the show,
Oh, I'm wrong. It would be at Jackson.
might give you all you guys want. You might be waiting another week for
Jackson
that.
got a nice
2,000.
stadium, so I mean it wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, but we're.
So I
we
mean,
ain't
what
getting
game
on
is
the
after
floor.
that?
Yeah.
So okay, so let's say McKinley, we're at 1989 right now. So Green would be 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. If McKinley wins all their
So
rest of their games,
you think they're gonna beat Ignatius?
I'm just saying.
If they would do,
If-
if
Well,
say-
Ignatius no
let-
longer has their big
Yeah,
kid. He
you're right.
graduated. If McKinley wins out, they would be playing for the 2000th win against Harvest Prep. Let's say they drop at least a game at Jackson versus Jackson or versus Ignatius. It would be either It would be either versus Hoover or at Maslin or versus West. Don't be the 2000s win, JP.
Listen, man.
We will be there.
I'm gonna mess around and figure out a way to turn the lights off. You got that game started.
Well, that happened before, didn't it? Isn't that
I plead the fifth.
Oh, see, that's an old Maslin.
Yeah.
People don't want to talk about that. See, that's an old Maslin thing that they played Warren Harding like in the 80s or something, and Warren Harding was going for the win, and the lights in the stadium went out.
Anyway,
Listen, they love talking about the 80s. That was the last time they had a collection of victory bells to feast
No.
their eyes on. See what this
whatever.
is.
No, we won
going
3 in
back
a
to
row
the
in high
80s.
school.
We literally had 3 in a row.
If they had gold pants, Jones would have 3 of them.
3 of them. Oh man. Well, that could be Maslin. It's at
Yeah,
Maslin,
absolutely.
right?
It could. It
At
depends
Maslin.
on who McKinley beats.
That'd be crazy.
That would be
Now
crazy.
they just started point shaving and made it so that the 2000 game could be in the Maryland.
Lose at Jackson on purpose.
I'll be down.
You
You
mess
feel
Yeah,
me?
but I'd rather it be a home game
they
than
gonna mess
Maslin, to be
around,
honest.
post
Fuck that. I'd
festivities.
rather beat Maslin on their
They're
turf.
gonna postpone
Yeah, you're not
festivities.
wrong. As long as we can get sideline passes of like the
Posted
4 of us just
right,
standing there.
right in their
Y'all
stadium
gonna,
too.
y'all on the
Yeah.
ban list for that game. You're gonna be in the house.
We're gonna be in there. They can't decline.
What's your
our-
going back to your channel? What's your biggest, like, your most viewed video? I was curious about that. What's your?
Okay, so the most viewed video on my channel is Maslin versus Valdosta. It has 140 some thousand views.
Okay.
The second most video is Maslin St. Ed's from the same year because of Jones. The third most is now your guys' loss to Glenville, in all honesty.
Okay.
But so that's kind of a weird thing that happens when you watch the algorithm, you watch how many views videos get. You know, did the video get that many views because of Glenville or you guys? You know, is
Right.
it Maslin people watching or is it really Cleveland, Glenville community, you know, their fans? I mean, we didn't get a good crowd at any game, but there's still a large community. They have
Yeah.
a big watching, you know,
Yeah, they be looking for
Yeah.
our videos.
yeah.
Yeah.
They was calling me Mr. McKinley the whole time on the sideline.
Nice. Yeah.
Mr. McKinley, you gonna be at the? I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be there.
You
what
gonna
was
be
the
in
game
bed.
that they came right up to you at?
Uh,
I forget. It was just me and you on that one, I think.
wait, oh, you mean the Maslin game?
Yeah.
That was that was your guys' loss to that.
Was that the
Ruben
Georgia
Gatt.
team?
Yes, yeah, the Georgia team.
Yeah, they were good.
He came right up to us.
Do you know what
We knew
do
it.
you know what he's talking about? I'll show it to you later
They
when
had
we when we.
They had a lineman that looked like him with a helmet on. Big.
They were good.
Yeah,
But so we're in the
big.
end zone, of course. You know, I'm recording all game. Mid third quarter, Raven Gap returns like a 90-some yard kickoff return touchdown,
Good God.
and he gets right in our faces, and he's just,
Yeah.
you know, he's just doing his little thing, whatever they're doing, and I'm trying not to laugh because they probably think I'm a Maslin guy.
Yeah.
So like I'm trying to just keep recording, not say anything, because the last thing I would want is somebody getting a flag or.
Intro.
No, if it's them, draw.
Oh,
it.
yeah,
They
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
take- We'd have gladly taken that one.
But I fear the day that McKinley gets a flag because me and him are in the end zone talking shit or something.
You
Yeah.
spoke
You
into
know?
existence.
I know, right? It's going to happen
They are, and
now.
it always happens, especially last year with Nino. Nino would always come to find us in the end zone.
Yeah, them kids.
Me,
They,
say
me,
something.
me and him would always, you know,
Yeah.
one of these or
Yeah,
something. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like one, some type of emote.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if that, I know that's just. Do you guys have like a favorite video like that stands out to you? And not necessarily the
That's a good
biggest or
question.
viewed, or do you have something that stands out?
I'll let maybe one of them answer it first. I'm trying to think of mine because I got a long list.
I know you guys.
I guess the favorite video is the one I always get clowned about was the guarantee that I made.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man,
all that stuff.
Valdosta ain't gonna have nothing.
Out
in
of
it. I mean,
halftime.
Maslin ain't gonna be able to adjust to whatever Valdosta bring it to the table, and then DeJuan Owens became.
You gonna splice that
The
in about
one-
right here and him yelling guaranteed and then.
I
showing
guarantee
them.
it.
I think Valdosta gonna go in the locker room. They're gonna get everything together. Valdosta not gonna be ready for what they got in the second quarter. I mean the second half. You watch. I guarantee.
I try to tell people all the time, like, if you can see the graph, you laugh at it, like because like the graph on YouTube has the retention of people watching the video, so like it's like da 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 da, and then when Jones gives his guarantee, it's up here because everybody's rewinding and watching and laughing probably because then immediately it's the
Look
payoff.
at this guarantee that comes to fruition.
It's
for
the
him.
immediate
Yeah,
payoff
yeah.
that gets that, and stuff like that could be the very reason why the video did as well as it did.
Sure.
Because like maybe it was a video that could have just had 60 to 70,000 views, but just literally the fact that so many people rewound on that spot to watch him say it again, that triggers the algorithm even more. I mean, it is amazing. I mean, I don't know
and then
for sure.
the very next play, like
Yeah,
you said,
they score.
number
Or
15
you guys score.
Yeah.
up the sideline.
Yeah.
But then I also had the big reveal that I finally kind of pan out far enough to where you see now that he is wearing a McKinley football shirt. You know what I mean? So then so many people probably saw that and said, "Oh my, no wonder this fucking guy."
The McKinley
you know
guy
what I mean?
making the
Yeah.
guarantee.
And then it just made it a thing. Well,
Yes.
anytime we went to a Massillon game,
And
I
it
was
was
always
wrong.
McKinley down.
Yeah.
But he never like really showed it unless you seen like the Bulldog emblem on my hat
Yeah.
or something.
Man, we got to
But
step
when-
up security. In
When
that
he
stadium.
panned out, but it's like
Yeah.
it's plain as day. Like
Yeah.
I wear, and I don't wear the black. I wear the red. I
Right.
want y'all to see me with the red shoes. I got the red visor.
Yep.
I want y'all to see me. I'm McKinley down, and I got my red towel sticking out the back.
Right.
It's probably up here one of these places. I got the red towel sticking out the back. You can't mistake me for being a Massillon fan at all,
I
and
know
that's why I
what's in his
stick
heart,
out because
though.
they always
I know
point
what's in
at
his heart though.
they point at me. They
Yeah.
point at me.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
know
Well,
they know it's us.
Right.
And that's what kind of made this year special. That I finally had somebody on camera who actually was rooting for you guys at your games. So that was kind
By
of a
the
different
way,
change of
and
pace.
I wanted to bring this up. Like, what is kind of I know you obviously, but you're a Massillon guy, grew up here, all that
Yeah, I
good
grew up right
stuff.
down the street, where that Hoover vacuum spot
Oh, yeah,
on State
yeah,
Street. I
yeah.
lived right down there.
Okay.
And then
Speaking of that,
Speak
Yeah,
up.
speaking
This
of
is my fucking
vacuuming,
segment.
yeah.
and then my dad's entire side of the family went to Massillon. My uncle played for Massillon for a long time, like all 4 years, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just always been the high school that we've been connected to, I guess.
Yeah, you were a middle school guy, not L.A. Longfellow, right?
No,
You-
I was a Catholic school kid my
Okay.
entire life, so I never went to a Massillon school.
Gotcha.
That was going to be my question. I
Yeah.
didn't remember if you
St.
did.
Mary's, St. Barb's.
No, I was at St. Joan of Arc.
Okay,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
that one right next to Central, and
Yeah.
then I just naturally went to Central after that.
Okay, gotcha.
So how do you feel, like prior to us, how did you ever feel about a Massillon Perry game? Because I remember you kind of being a Perry guy just because like you played baseball,
I
I
would
think.
have always rooted for Massillon. Even if it was
Yeah.
Massillon Central while I was going to Central, I would have low-key been like, yeah, Massillon's
Yeah.
going to win. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so then I know Chris because he was my neighbor growing up. That you guys moved to Arizona, and then you guys came back to Canton.
Well,
Or no, I'm wrong.
we left Massillon to go to Arizona.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, and then when we came back is when we moved
You guys moved to Canton,
Yeah.
so then they happened to move next door to me.
Got it.
Because then your guys' aunt and uncle, they were like the people who had the house before. So that's kind of how they got it. And so like I just remember, we played and did different things and whatnot. But the thing that always kind of divided me and him was the McKinley
Massillon,
Massillon thing.
McKinley, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, the McKinley Massillon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Massillon killed me.
Yeah.
McKinley Massillon.
You heard
No.
us say it first time.
Well, when you
We're
lose
doing
10 times,
alphabetically,
it's
it's
right.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
sad. But yeah, Chris was always the guy that, man, he got under my skin. The moment we'd lose, because then when he lived next to me, those were those years that you guys won when we were in middle school.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't until we were in high school that McKinley started getting the bell back every year.
Ron Johnson.
Ron Johnson. So, man, all those middle school years, I had to hear it from Chris. I'm like, oh no,
Good time. It was fun being the only Massillon fan in like on the
Yeah, like a
entire
block and
street
a half
because,
radius.
across the street, we also went. Were some kids that went to McKinley.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Yeah.
And then Ham. And then the girls down, even the girls down the street, I think, went to McKinley.
Yep.
So even so it was like we were the only Massillon fans. So every time they won, it was like, "What's up, dude?"
Yeah. See. we're
Yeah.
Potent. You only need a couple of us
Yeah.
now. You only need a couple of us.
I've been knowing you for quite a long time,
Yeah.
and I ain't never thought to ever put a Massillon shirt on or anything Massillon.
I almost had you in that orange.
You did.
Didn't I get you?
You got me an orange shirt, but my girl made it into a Bobby Boucher jersey.
Okay.
I went for Boucher for Halloween.
Mud Dogs.
Yeah,
Mud Dogs.
SCLSU baby.
Yeah.
Remember when Bobby Boucher showed up at halftime and that Mud Dog won the perfect ball, JP?
I got a clip for you.
Oh my
I got a
God.
clip for you on
That's
that.
perfect.
Hey, I got a clip for you on that. I'm gonna send you. Mesh this in. What?
But the shirt fit
But you
well.
gotta actually send
Yeah.
it
I
to me,
really
JP,
appreciate it
tonight.
though,
I
JP.
will.
I need it tonight.
And you should, if I could call my girl right now, like, man, I was hurting. I gotta call JP, dog. He the only person I know that can get me an orange shirt my size by this weekend.
Yeah.
And listen, when I got the call from Jones for an orange shirt, it didn't matter what I was going to have to do. We was getting that orange shirt. I was willing to take a
JP
loss.
said, let me put some stuff together and then I'll give you a call back. He sent me a text message like an hour later saying, you could pick it up tomorrow.
Yep.
I was like, damn, he worked fast. He
Listen,
wanted me in that orange, boy.
I was willing to take a loss on that one to get that one done.
But the shirt fit, I got it. You know, one of these days I might wear it for you.
Yeah.
Show you the
we can
product of
put
that
something
one.
on the front of it for you if you want
Nah,
me to.
it's all already filled. I
It's
got the
already
Mud Dogs.
good.
I got the 9 on
Okay,
there. I got
yeah.
the Boucher on the back.
Nice.
You ain't got to worry about it.
Okay.
Ain't nothing Tigers.
Going on
I mean,
that
they
shirt.
Mud Dogs.
Nope.
You feel me?
Mud Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what I did?
Well, and then did you have a ambition for media, or how? I know you do some
Yeah,
stand
let-
up, right?
Yeah, let him answer.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've been doing stand up a little bit just down here around Massillon, some of the local areas. But,
At Crackpots.
At Crackpots,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
downtown.
Yeah.
Shout out Crackpot.
Shouts out. But yeah, I mean, going to Central, we didn't really have a lot of opportunities to do stuff like that. But yeah, media was always something that I was interested in. I have a marketing degree,
Okay.
so
Oh, I didn't know
it's
that.
mostly like business marketing. But at the same time, it's I branched out and tried to do some extra media stuff. And then when he gave me the opportunity, I hopped right on it just because it seems like something fun. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That means all three of you guys got business degrees.
Yeah.
Because your business, something,
Don't ask me how long
Management.
it took to
business
get it.
management, business,
Strategic leadership.
strategic leadership, business,
Marketing.
marketing.
We got the
And
and
I
we got
dropped
the film
out.
guy.
Yeah.
Then we got the film study.
We ain't gonna talk
Yeah.
about GPAs though, because I'm gonna be on the
the-
bottom of that total.
The history teacher. What was you going to go teach?
Well, originally it was history, and then I turned to math and science, and that's when I was like, eh.
Well,
Teacher.
That's how I was like, we're
I
done.
could
we're
tell
done.
you were a fan of history. You almost got to be a McKinley fan these days.
Oh my
That was
God.
a-
Use that on
One thing we
stage.
can trust.
Use that
One
on
thing we can
stage.
trust with Tommy is that he knows stats, dog.
Yeah.
He'll
It's
recall
just,
some
it's
shit
just in there. I don't know how.
that I forgot, and I remember a lot of shit. But he's the guy when
You
it
got
comes
the
to
plays,
anything.
he's got the numbers.
I'm the Ernie Johnson. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
Ernie Johnson, one of you two are Chuck and Shaq, and then he could be Kenny the Jet Smith.
Man,
I'm Shaq.
we got to shoot five.
He said, I'm Shaq.
You're definitely.
Look,
I'll
when I
take
be
Chuck.
Chuck, when I be
Definitely.
Chuck,
But
Chuck.
see, but you're the one that cracks jokes the whole damn time. I mean, you're like a combination of Chuck and
Yeah.
Shaq.
I am the
I'll
old
be
one though
Chuck.
too, ain't I?
Yeah,
Chuck
I'll be
the
Chuck.
old one.
Yeah,
Chuck the old one.
that's funny.
I get one of them, dude. If you're gonna be Shaq, I'm gonna be Chuck.
Yeah, but he's Chuck.
I'm the
You got to be Kenny. You got to be Kenny.
He got that weird knee.
Or if you want to just say Kenny, he could be just one of the replacements. Dwayne Wade or Antonio
C.
McDyess.
Webb.
or
That's
whatever.
Chris Webber right
Chris
there.
Webber,
C.
yeah.
Webb.
Any of the,
I think they fired Paul Pierce. They got rid of the truth.
yeah. Why'd they get rid of him?
Man, I don't know.
I think he went live.
You got the
think-
truth
I think-
over
He
there.
went live with extracurriculars, is what he did.
How we get him one?
young, sharp.
Yeah, you can be Shannon.
Yeah.
We'll let him be Shannon.
Oh God,
You want to be? I mean, shit. I'd rather be him than Paul Pierce.
man.
know.
What was one of the other things on our agenda? Man,
Just talking about
Said,
the real one was the origin story of the show or the channel, and I just personally want to know a little bit more about Chris.
Can we take a break?
absolutely. You want to take a break? So we're back from our break.
That's my music. Go ahead.
Jones is queuing us in.
Cueing us in?
JD, you
Cueing
told us
in.
the thing wouldn't
Listen,
turn
I
on.
thought I had this figured out.
Whatever. We're signing Chris off. Chris has to get going. He's got to eat dinner. JP, we got to send Chris out. The
Yeah.
only thing I can think of is asking, what was maybe your favorite game this year, your favorite moment, I mean, if you want to say it's when McKinley lost to Massillon, that's fine.
I mean, that was always fun to watch, and any Massillon game that we went to, those were always good. But my favorite one, what was that team that we went to, the last one we went to with the blue field?
Oh yeah,
That was such a good game.
Ravenna High School had the blue
Yeah,
field,
when Perry played Glenville.
but it was the
Yes.
other Perry from
Yeah,
wherever
yeah.
else they
That was
played
such
Glenville.
a fantastic game, so that was
Yeah.
just fun to watch. To not have an investment in either team and just watch like two
Yes.
really good teams go at it.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
so that was probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the question I got on break, I got a bunch of people texting me, a couple social media messages, and they all want to know the big question is, are you coming back this next season?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
as
are
long
we-
as you guys will have me, I'll be back.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
There it is. I know how to answer all the messages.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Signed the boy to a 2-year contract.
Lock him in.
I've
already
What's
said we
that?
got-
Yeah.
Without the player option, he can't go
Can't
nowhere.
go
I've
nowhere.
already said we're gonna have two-man crew or two-man crews. Hopefully either me and Jones or me and Chris, but either way, I know you said you have a buddy with a camera.
Yeah, if we're looking if we're looking to add more
That
video
might be the
man,
case.
yeah.
I might very well just be like, hey man, what is he doing?
You
Imagine
gotta
if
go-
the channel
As of
could
right now,
upload
nothing.
2 videos a week.
That's
instead
what I'm
of one.
saying.
Two
You know,
That'd be
Yeah.
crazy.
it's
He
a
lives in Cuyahoga too, so if there's range out there too, anything closer to him, he can get like the away games as far as like the distance drives.
I know we could always
Light
send him
bulb
by
go
himself.
above
And,
his head.
well, because like there's a multiple things you can do. Like we could send his buddy if he's willing by himself to a game, and then I would just record you guys at Massillon or wherever we're
Yeah.
at. My idea is always trying to get McKinley and Massillon in both games because
Yeah.
those are just obviously the two bigger. I
One of them can't miss TV.
yeah, whatever. But
Yeah, when y'all tell the math of that.
oh, nice.
Yeah, no.
Sign him up.
Hey, I
Tell
hope
the
you
math.
guys. Who's week 1, week 2? This you guys.
Listen, I'm focused on January 5th. Monday, we start our winter workout program. Our only competition is our own bad habits at this point.
Oh,
We'll
so
worry
you're
about
saying
week
basketball
one, week
season's
one.
already over?
For me, I'm a fan.
That's fair.
I'm a
That's
fan.
fine. But no, so I don't know. Like I just hope you guys get like a Bishop Gorman because the problem is McKinley opens up with Warren Harding every year. It's the same game every year, and like, you know what I
We need
mean?
to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't mind. I love that we play Warren Harding, but I wish
Well, who you calling out? Call them out live. Who you
Steubenville.
want?
I'd love to play
Dang.
Steubenville.
I want to
ready
play
for
Glenville.
Yeah.
Glenville would be a great game.
Red and black versus red and black. Bring
Steubenville's also
Ted
red
Ginn
and black.
home.
Steubenville's
Bring him.
also red and black.
Oh yeah, but come on now.
But
Big
well, the
Red.
reason why I'm thinking of Steubenville though is because they're third all time in wins, and they're kind of hawking down McKinley right now
Yeah.
for second. So like if we can kind of just directly schedule them, get them a loss on their schedule, because see they schedule nobodies, and I'm going to say that right on camera. I don't care.
We're talking Steubenville.
Steubenville, they schedule
Yeah.
nobodies, and it's partially because nobody wants to play them. You guys need to play them again.
You ever been to a game there?
Yes, I
Oh,
have.
awesome.
I went to
That
you guys
motherfucker-
at Steubenville 2015.
Okay.
that horse or whatever
It
Yeah.
goes
shooting that
crazy
fire
over there.
dog. I'm
Yeah.
like after a touchdown, it's
Yep.
I've never
I mean,
seen
what does McKinley have?
You've
Like,
never
what do we
been.
have? What do we
You've
have?
never been
Y'all
to
got
a
the
Steubenville
cannon.
game. You need to go to.
You
a
never been?
Steubenville
We'll
game.
have
We'll try to go
to.
there.
We'll schedule a
Y'all
game. There
got
you
y'all
go.
got the cannon.
Yeah.
I went one
They
year
got
with
Big
my
Red.
one buddy.
You know what I mean? Like it's stuff like that. People go to the games for stuff.
I'm glad
like
you brought that up. You know what? Because that was one of the things that's in my notes. So Tyler Blackiston and I went to the 2015 Massillon at Steubenville game, and I'll never forget. And that was Steubenville won, and that was a game that they threw a touchdown with like 2 minutes left. They were already up like 3 scores.
Yeah.
They threw into the end zone, and then they kneeled the 2-point conversion. I mean, they did everything they could to fucking.
Oh,
that was
that's
Nate Moore's
beautiful,
first year.
Yeah.
That was.
That's-
I mean,
that's
that was
beautiful.
Steubenville stuck it to him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And I'll
beautiful.
never forget, Blackiston and I went to the McDonald's right there after the game, and the McDonald's manager was standing in the dining room with a knife, just watching everybody.
Ready to roll.
And he said, and I'll never forget, he was like, yeah, every time Massillon comes to town, they cause problems. and like,
was
it's this
ready to
McDonald's
shank him a
manager
bit.
telling me this. I'm like, all right, man, just
Man,
come
I'm
on,
finna
give me
cut
my damn
you a motherfucker
McChicken.
tonight.
National
Like,
Vietnam.
He had
Like-
his sandwich
Dude,
cut.
he
right?
literally had a knife wielded like as if he had a gun, but it wasn't a gun; it was a knife.
Like, was it like a sandwich knife or like a...
No, it was like a regular ass knife,
Okay, yeah.
one of them like I don't know,
One
like
of the
carving
kitchen
knives.
knives?
No, it was like a carving knife, or you know what I mean,
Oh,
like
yeah,
like
so
a
he-
tactical police knife
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
so he was ready
He
to
was
cut
ready
some
to go.
sandwiches and cut a
and
motherfucker.
he stood ready to go in the McDonald's because apparently Maslin people caused problems. I was like, dude, man, I've heard nothing but bad about
Fill
Steubenville.
your water cup up with Sprite if you want to when he's on shift.
Hey, can I get a water? He
All
gonna
right.
make sure you gonna get a water.
Last question for Chris T. Jones. You got anything or words of encouragement or advice or freaking anything
Coach.
or nothing?
Coach him up.
You're willing to say nothing.
How was it
It was good. It was
being? I didn't even finish the question.
Oh.
Well, I
But-
mean,
but
I
my bad.
It was a comma.
True
It was a
that.
comma.
True that.
it was ellipses. You know?
So how was it? Being behind the camera, you know what I mean, or being in front of the camera, because for me, there is a level of nervousness. You know what I mean? There's a
Yeah.
level of, especially when you get to fucking up or you get to stumbling over your words. How is it? How was it being in front of the camera for you?
It wasn't too bad. It took me definitely a couple games to kind of get used to it.
You didn't get to see how bad I was episode 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
No, but I mean, I imagine the first couple games felt like a little weird, definitely, but it wasn't too bad. My biggest thing was messing up in a quick moment so that we could get back to the game. And there was a couple times that like people didn't get to see that. Like definitely, we had commentary for a moment, and I just messed it up, quickly or too many times, and we just had to get back to it. So the being prepared for anything kind of thing is a little nerve wracking, but you kind of get used to it after it's high school football. So you
Yeah,
kinda
that's
get
why
the-
I always try to encourage and just say, hey man, I can cut anything. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't. The amount of shit that this dude has said,
Yeah.
you don't even know the half of it, man. Like, I don't even. I have no good example.
You probably have at least, if I had to guess, probably 30 clips of just me needing to be cut,
Censored and cut.
censored or cut.
Anything you can
Each game.
say,
And it's just
MFer,
and it's
you
just
know,
the
anything you
smallest
can.
shit, bro. Like it's like sometimes it really
the
be
good
big
stuff.
things, but it's like I really can't say that. Like
There's a lot of clips, and I wish I had like a real example in my head at the time. But there's a clips where like I've recorded Jones, and Jones is like, "Oh man, he's playing like a bitch," and I gotta go, dude, and he goes, "Oh my bad, bro."
yeah, but like in the heat of the moment, it's like, dog, stop playing like a little hoe. Like drop your nuts.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
Or
But
even
that's literally
literally.
something he said. Was
Literally.
drop your nuts, and I'm
Drop
like,
your
dude,
nuts.
I can't include that.
Let them nuts hang,
I've
dog.
already included 5 MFers.
Yeah. That's our limit.
Now you're
That's
telling the
limit.
kid to drop your nuts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I told before the
Oh.
state final game again with Avon and Anderson, I literally had said you need heart, and then he cut it. But I say you need heart and you need nuts to win games like this.
Yeah.
You need heart and nuts. Without them two, you ain't gonna be shit on the football field.
Yeah. Or anywhere else for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the way YouTube works, it's like those kind of comments are good for the middle or end of the video, but I can't have that the first minute because then it turns off people. But unrelatedly, I have to admit, well, that Avon game that he's speaking of, there was a literal woman next to you that was like, "Oh, hey, I saw your videos."
Nice.
Get the
What did she? She asked you if you were a commentator,
Yeah,
and
she-
Jones just goes like, like completely instinctively goes, "Yes,"
Yeah.
and then
That
I'm
was-
standing there.
What game were we at where that girl on the sideline was like, "You guys are like reporters"?
Oh
or
yeah,
something? And I
that was the
like,
East
yeah,
Canton
something
game
like
that me and him were on.
So-
It was
Yeah,
like
they
the-
asked me like when I did my interview with y'all in that East Canton game. They
Yeah.
asked me like, "How'd you get an interview with WHBC?" I'm like, sometimes you just got to be that guy. Like I went with it, you know what I mean? Like
Right,
sometimes
yeah.
you just got to be that guy.
Right?
I'm like, what y'all think? I did the YouTube shit before I came here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you had to have known at least one game my boys was gonna come out and record.
I'm
Right.
flattered they thought me and him were
Yeah.
WHP.
They say, how the hell did you
Higher
get the
than
halftime report shit? I don't know. I'm that guy. I literally went with it. Mind you,
said,
we're
"I
down,
know somebody."
We're down 30-0. And I'm like, I'm that guy.
The fact that they looked at me and thought we were somebody important with me in front of
The girl asked, she was just like, well, hey, are you guys...
Well, in fairness, did he have his mustache all duked up too, ready to roll?
yeah.
That game,
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't
it was
remember.
summertime, so yeah.
Yeah,
like-
I know. Look at I would have thought he was VIP
I
too.
guess, yeah.
That's what I saw. Somebody, people hate all the time. You know, there was a comment like about the mustache. I'm like,
I don't even look
people
at
hate on him all the time.
I
I
don't
don't give a
look at
shit. Rock the mustache. You know what I
After-
mean? I'm
Absolutely.
with it.
And the
Absolutely.
mustache
Yeah,
is what make you you. Dog. I
yeah
gotta
exactly.
find
That's
something.
your thing.
Well, after someone said something about what's his name from Maslin.
Oh,
Intensity.
they called them weird. I know.
Yes, I
Well,
was
my
like, I'm not even gonna pay.
my
attention to
rebuttal
that,
was
dude.
true. All Maslin people are weird at the end of the day.
Well, yeah,
you
that's
know?
what we love about.
Yeah, I mean, look at
But
JP. Look at the
you
haircut.
can say I'm weird
Yeah.
for doing
That
this.
motherfucker got the Leonardo DiCaprio going
Oh,
on.
that's what we got. Look.
Like,
Well, no, somebody pointed him out. There was a short that I made.
Yeah.
They called him the Geico
The guy
caveman.
yeah.
do look like it.
What you want, Tom?
thought about
Let
that.
me be myself.
Hey, you know what?
So I can shop.
Really
You know, I went and tried to add that person as a friend, though they wouldn't record.
Geico could save you 20%, on your next car insurance.
Send a
Wow.
check, send a
However that
check,
app
send a check.
goes. Man, all right, Chris. I know
Right.
you're dicking to get out of here.
No, you're good,
I said
boys.
digging.
I appreciate.
pleasure.
Yes, it's been a great season.
What's he doing?
I said digging.
He's dicking
You're
around.
digging to get out of
Hey,
here.
I ain't gonna lie. I tell my players stop dicking around all the time on the field.
Yep, you guys too. Good luck next season.
You guys,
Yeah.
you want to walk?
for next year, so.
You want to walk them out?
Yeah, I'll walk.
JP, walk him out.
We'll pause it.
with your ugly-
That was fun. Happy to have you.
Yes.
We said it our first time doing it when it was just us three. That it once you get in the groove, it's like holy shit, this is great.
Yeah.
We
Then you get
were
an hour into that motherfucker, like, God damn.
We were on cloud nine.
We just talking
Yeah.
ball.
Right.
Yeah.
For an hour and 30 minutes. After talking ball for 4 hours prior to.
Jones is gonna win if we have.
What game? What's your
If
game?
we have a Madden tournament, I'm definitely gonna win it.
Jones is gonna win, and I'm gonna come in second.
I'm supposed to play.
Jones is literally the best Madden and 2K player I know. I can win a lot of games with 2K, not as much as Madden or college football.
I was in college.
And you know it's crazy, like with Madden college football, I run my plays.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I run my offense. I competed in the Madden Championship Series, and I made it all the way to one round before making a live event. So when you make a live event, like that's when the guys go to San Diego
Yeah.
and they play against each other in the tournament, but they both sitting in the same room. It's not me playing somebody in
So
Connecticut.
that's when you were. It was just at home virtually. Online. Got you.
I made it all the way through the tournament. I made it to the third to last round.
Damn. And then if you don't do it no more. You don't.
No, I don't, because I don't stream no more.
But you
That
made
was-
money streaming in general.
Well, but yeah, I made a considerable amount of money.
Man, that was another thing I'm glad we're talking about because I just wanted to mention on camera so I can literally screenshot the video. This dude Jones had a YouTube channel that kind of, he was making videos for and whatnot. That there was it's a center video or whatever that has 30-some thousand views. I remember that.
Center. What do you mean center?
How
So
to
he
make a
was talking
center
about
video.
making a center in.
This was when my
2K.
hideout. So
Oh.
I had the Madden shit, but it was the 2K shit that really took me and like my career on Twitch to the moon. It was like everything I did on Twitch was based around 2K, and the 2K19 it was either 2K19 or 2K21. Next gen was probably my two best years in the comp scene. It's when I made the most money. So like they had tournaments, like you play your 10 regular season games, it lasts about a week, and then on the weekends or the next week you play in the playoffs. And shit, tournament after tournament, wager after wager, and shit. In 2K21 I was probably up at least 10 bands.
Yeah. Dang.
And then that's not including what I did on the Twitch side with the subs, the bits.
What's Twitch? I know I sound like the old head now.
So Twitch is like a streaming platform.
Yeah.
So it's like YouTube,
Right.
But there's obviously different guidelines and things of that sort. You also have Kick, you got TikTok, Facebook Live,
Okay,
but like Twitch is like one of the next to YouTube was one of the biggest ones that came out.
Twitch is specifically for video games.
Got it.
Pretty much,
Got
right?
it.
Right?
Yeah. But I mean, you can also do like they call them IRL streams, where you could do like vlog streams and stuff like that. But it's mostly for video games.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
And for guys like Soul Illuminati, Pretty Boy Fredo,
A lot of dudes have made
you know
money.
what I mean, like Flight, Like those guys really, really took Twitch. Nick Merch, guys like that took Twitch and made it, you know, to the point where you could really make a living off of it.
Got it. Yeah.
And I was at one point in time in my life, I was one of those guys. Like then COVID hit, and then it felt like as soon as COVID hit, my numbers shot through the roof, and I was well on my way. I was doing all types of streams, like with Kai Cenat. Like I don't want to say I was doing it before him, but like I was doing IRL streams. Like I just had it was just me in my room streaming, and it's me and my mom. I'm interviewing my brother, and like, you know, just different people.
Yeah.
Like I was on my way for real.
Yeah.
I really was, man. I moved back. You know what I mean? Got into coaching, started teaching.
So
and
moved back from.
But I did all that when I was in Philly.
Got
He
it.
had left, and that was kind of that's the gap in the channel then for us, which is kind of interesting.
So yeah, I graduated college in 2017
From.
from Ohio University.
Yep. We talk about. Yep.
Yeah, with my business degree, and I had a job, but I wasn't really like my mom had always hinted, and she joked about like, you know, where everything that she was doing was synchrony and whatnot. Like she's becoming that guy at the company, and you know we just never fathomed, because that's the house that my brother and I grew up in. Never fathomed an idea of us moving away.
They
Or
lived about 2 minutes up the street from me, basically.
Yeah, so it never really fathomed like, oh, like my mom got a job that's gonna move us away from here. You know what I mean? Until it became real. My mom sending us houses and sending my dad pictures of houses and what do you think? It's a nice neighborhood. And to the point where it was like 3 months before, it's like, you know, I just closed on it. You know what I mean? Like, y'all got 3 months to get y'all affairs in order. And I'm thinking to myself like, damn, I never thought it was real. So, you know, I mean, I'm a young boy at the time. I'm 22. And I didn't think like, you know what I mean? Like, I can make it on my own, you know, because I was that type of person. You know what I mean? But like, I ain't have my ducks in a row, so that's the only reason why I left. Because I really didn't have my shit in a row. Because I was making good bread. You know what I mean? Like, I had got a team lead position at VXI.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you go in there, you don't go in there with that type of credential. You know what I mean? I went in there, I killed my interview. I told them like, I know all the systems. I'm the guy for the job. I interviewed 2 more interviews later, and they're like, well, we'll go ahead and just give you the team lead position all rip. I'm like, cool. I had the team lead. Yeah. So I was the team lead. I did that. Every check I got, blew it. Dumb shit. You know what I mean? Just like buying shit for my car, because at the time my grandma had passed away and I got her car. So I'm making upgrades and changes and altering or whatever the word is. You know what I mean, to my grandma's car. You know what I mean, I'm buying shoes, I got clothes, you know what I mean? I'm taking women on dates, going out, you know what I mean? Like,
spending as fast
just
as you
spending
made
it. Spending it, you know what I mean? And my mom was like, yeah, we leaving. December 15th is the move-in date. I wasn't ready, so I left.
Yeah.
I went with them, and it was crazy because on December 15th, the move-in guys came to the crib. It was like 6 of them. They had a 6-man crew. Came in my room. That's the only way I woke up. I set an alarm and everything, but the moving guys got there like an hour early. I came in. I woke up to a dude in my closet. I just hear paper and boxes and stuff just getting moved, put in boxes, and they carry it and they take it to the truck. And we had a 3-story crib.
Yeah.
If you count the attic, you know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
like, to see the entire house that I grew up in get packed up in 6 hours.
And that was the
pretty
house I knew, because I used to go over Jones's house junior, senior year and whatnot, you know?
much. Bro, to see that house get packed up the way that it did, dog, I mean, dudes was talking beds, couches, it didn't matter, dog, like just hoisting it up, carrying it, putting it on the truck. Shit, 6.5 hours later, I'm in Philly, PA.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, bro, this is really real.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I ain't got no fam. I mean, other than the people I live with, I ain't got no friends out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? I ain't got no hoes. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't got nobody.
Right.
So I naturally became an introvert, which I always was introverted, I had introverted traits, but
Yeah.
never really was that. You know what I mean? I always, like, I wanted to be with my guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we always hung out and did something.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, I never was in the house. Like, I was always outside. But being forced to be in the house, so I got to find an outlet somewhere.
Yeah.
That's why I turned to Twitch.
Got it.
I started streaming. I'm like, man, I play this game all the time. And then, like, I started taking it more serious because, like, it's like, damn, bro, I get right there and, you know, shoot a dumb shot or somebody make a bad pass or something. And it's like, bro, like, we literally could take advantage of this moment. And it was like, why don't you stream this shit? Like, because we streamed it because we needed film. Because I was in my, you know, in the
How
back
do
of
I
my
get better?
mind, I was
Yeah.
still a film study
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
So, you know, I'm trying. They like to do this. Like, these are their tendencies. It was like, why don't you just stream the shit? I never thought about it. I'm like, man, I watch Pretty Boy Fredo and all them dudes. Like, I ain't never thought about. I watch Dimes and all them. Like, I ain't never thought about doing it. I just cut it on one day, and then I started doing some more research, and then I was like, oh, you need the Elgato, you need all the different stuff, and like you need a ring light, you need cameras,
Yeah.
you need to make it an experience. So that's what I did. I worked, I took all my money, and COVID happened, so all the money that I had saved, right, I put it all in the Twitch shit, and it paid it back tenfold. And I was a Twitch streamer for 3 years.
Nice. See, I didn't know any of that. Yeah.
Jones used to joke that if he wanted to make $20, he'd just play a game of Madden.
Literally.
Yeah.
I remember-
Whether it was
Yeah.
somebody that came to my chat challenging me to play,
Yeah.
or if I just streamed for an hour, I
Yeah.
could make $20.
Somebody going, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was that easy.
Yeah.
It got to the point where I could literally, if I had rent and stuff like that, I could take care of utilities. I could take care of bills playing the game.
Yeah.
All I had to do was stream. If I even made a breakdown, like if I streamed at least 4 to 6 hours every single day, I could make this. And that's aside from sponsorships, because you get mad sponsorship opportunities like Raid Shadow Legends. Before it became big, I was one of the first people to do Raid Shadow Legends. So all you had to do is get like 75 downloads. So all you do before you play the game or after you play the game, use my code Benya. Use my code, you get 20% off whatever. If somebody clicks that, even if they click it and they buy it, and if they don't buy it, just by them clicking it, I got one of the 75.
Yeah.
I got to 75. 2.5 weeks later, Raid Shadow Legends sent me a $5,000 check. Legit. I still got the invoice. $5,000 check.
Yeah. Do you still do any of it at all?
I don't do any of it.
Cold
My
turkey?
only social media outlet right now is doing the channel. That's it.
Is that intentional, or
I mean, I moved in with my girl. You know, obviously playing the game 8 to 10 hours a day, especially for somebody that don't really understand video games. A biggest challenge for me was, you know, getting my parents to understand that I'm making money. This is how I make the money.
Right.
Because when I got relieved from my job because of COVID, they didn't understand how I was continuing to make rent and insurance payments, because at the time I was paying them rent and insurance.
Got it. Yeah.
So they didn't understand how I was coughing up this much bread every month
And not working. Yeah.
until I showed them, like, this is my bank account. You see the credit of $340. I made this $340 from doing this for 2 hours. Or I did this for 4 hours.
Right.
This is what I made from this. And then they started to get off my back about it, you know, and it was just like it became a support thing. And that's when I started having her on the podcast, and I started doing like IRL streams and streaming at the crib and whatnot, like getting my family involved, because this is what I do now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is my primary source of income.
Right.
This is what supports the shit that I do.
Makes sense.
So it wasn't really real until, for my dad, he's a Missouri guy, showed me state guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I said, this is the $5,000 invoice. I went to my bank. I couldn't pull out the whole 5, but I told him I pulled out 25. I said, I got all of this from this campaign. They sent it to me. I showed them the screenshot. Them sent it. I showed my bank account. I showed them the $2,500. He was like, "Hey, sorry in my book."
Yeah.
They thought I was selling. You know
Right,
what I
I was
mean?
gonna
Like,
say,
you know
what
what I mean?
was
They
it?
thought I
Yeah.
was selling. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I'm selling myself. If anything, I'm
Yeah.
selling content.
Right.
I'm selling the experience.
For sure.
And that's why I have so much knowledge on this shit, because I
Got
did it.
Yeah.
And he knows, you know, I dealt with a similar thing because like the podcast is older than your Twitch stuff, but like wasn't there yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like because or not the podcast, but the channel. You know, the channel made money many years ago, but then like because of many reasons, it stopped making money. So then I just left it alone. But then like if you go look at those videos, it's also at the same time that he leaves for Philly.
Got it.
And that's what's kind of incredible because like if you go watch, it kind of sounds stupid, but if you go watch the videos in order, you feel that energy when he comes back to town.
It's that
You know what I
Jackson
mean?
game.
It's
We
Jackson.
always
He knows.
talk about
It's
that
a Jackson game.
It's that we chit chat.
I got my new
chit-chat.
camera.
Yeah,
I got my
yeah.
new camera the week prior when McKinley played Lake, and I remember just that video was a hit right away. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I mean, there was
I
many
always
videos.
say shit off camera,
Yeah.
but it wasn't until he panned it to me when it was like, oh damn, this shit got a lot of views because of that.
Yes.
Like if you look at that, like what he was talking about the retention, you look at the halftime.
Yep.
Me being on there talk, I'm like I'm charged at this point. I wasn't doing it for the camera at that
He's
point.
just he's just being him.
I'm back. You know what I mean? This is one of my first McKinley games. I'm back. I'm like,
Yep.
I'm in
hey,
here,
we
yeah.
chit chat.
Right,
We chit chat.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
McKinley coming out, they playing. I ain't seen them play in 4 years.
Yep.
Dog. Like we chit chat.
And that
Right.
that was the great momentum that it just if you watch the videos you feel it because I got my new camera the week before and the video did well and then the next week I said Jones because like if you go look at our old videos it's just like mostly it's just like you could see the ideas there but man I mean mostly
just
it's me
recording, you
but
know what I
I'm
mean?
just recording games. You know, the one game he's like fucking 4 seats over because we didn't get to sit next to each other or something because it's a packed game. And
That's
like, you know,
great. That could actually be really good if it was done right. Like, you
Yeah.
guys sat 3 people away.
but if you go watch it's the Jackson game again. Ironically, there's a lot of Jackson games that mean him.
Yeah.
But you know, ironically, it's just one of those things, man. It makes you laugh because it just anything that's going on, like the circumstances of the games. You know, I remember one of them. It's just like I don't know, McKinley. There's like an interference play or something like that, an interference call, and this dude just goes block in the back, like you know what I mean?
Timed
Just,
it up.
yeah, like you know, just stuff like that. And you know, we didn't hit it yet, like we didn't get it, and it's mostly me. I mean, because technically it's like my video and stuff, but like you know, like you kind of once he comes back, you feel the energy, and it's like, oh shit, well this
And
is
then
what we're doing.
Don't let him be modest about it. After that Jackson game, he proposed. He's like, I got a plan.
Oh yeah,
Right? The videos do well. You know what I mean? But I feel that the videos need a face.
they need a driver, is what it. You know what I mean? Like they need somebody.
They need
to,
something
Yep.
to get it over. Like it's right here, but they need something to get it over the top. And I
Right.
think that your face will be the.
Yeah.
You're a community guy. Everybody knows you. They know you love McKinley. They know you know ball.
But he knows football,
Yeah,
and that's what
yeah.
my number one complaint. And I don't pretend to know the most, but I like to think I know more than the average person that didn't play football. That's for damn sure. You know what I mean? But like, so it comes down to people do not want to watch a football video, and the person in the video doesn't know shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, and it happens. You can go find videos out there. You can get these dudes. They don't know what's going on. You know, they got a reference to a book. They're like, oh, well, what's that like in high school? Oh, there's no such thing as an uncatchable ball in high school. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. It does not drive interest.
Right. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
people watching the game do not want to know more than the guy commentating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's like for me being a McKinley coach, it was almost like I had an inside scoop of shit.
Sure.
So not only did I know like what was happening on the field, I knew why certain shit was developing because of behind it. Not so that I talked about it a lot,
Yeah,
but I
absolutely.
knew like everything that I talked
Yeah.
about, it came from a place of facts.
Yeah.
Because I know why that play happened. I know why he missed that assignment. I know why, you know what I mean, that
Yeah.
play call was called instead
Yes.
of what everybody else thought the play was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I know why he called it because there's either, discrepancies in the front office or whatnot, yada yada. I knew, you know what I mean.
front office.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know.
but that's
I
what it
totally
is. It's
get it.
like, but it's like, I knew, and it was you couple that with. I always say it. I watched a streaming seminar on how to get better as a, and they said you either have to be really, really entertaining, you have to be one of the three, right? Really entertaining, really fucking good at the game that you play, right? Like I'm talking like tournament level good, like you win.
If you're not entertaining,
big
yeah.
fucking money,
Yeah.
Or you have to be a combination of both.
Yep.
And I was that diamond in the rough.
You're the
group.
you're the both.
That's the combination of both. I'm really entertaining, and I know ball. So that made a perfect. And he's the mastermind behind. He's like, I need you to be the face. I took it, and that year, it was all right, but it wasn't until that second year.
It was that
The
massive
Valdosta,
Valdosta game.
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
The mass on St. Ed's, massive Valdosta. Like it wasn't until that second year it was like, damn, this
Right.
guy, he's the genius.
I
I might be the guy on cam, but this guy's the genius.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate that. But I totally take credit for any. I mean, I do all the editing, no doubt.
Right.
But it's when you work with certain things, like it wasn't like with him and Chris. And I told him this, I think. Like him and Chris were kind of struggling together the one game just because I'm directing them wrong. And then I realized on my own that he can't say anything first because he's too dominant of a character. You know what I mean? Like, so...
It would throw Chris off the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's what sadly, it only occurred to me when we were done and we were going to do the state title games and then Chris couldn't make the 2 games, but then all the games sucked anyways. But I had realized only in hindsight that, oh shit, I need to be having Chris say things because he needs to reflect what I'm saying or what I'm thinking. He needs to say things first and get out what he needs to say, and then Jones reacts.
Gotcha.
Because what I kept doing was I was panning to them, treating them both as Jones, but Chris isn't Jones. And that's the cool thing, that you realize these kind of things. Man, it was just like, because Jones is more of an improv guy and Chris is a stand-up comic.
Yeah.
Everything he does is prepared.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
Right?
that's what,
Everything that I did in my life
he's
is
improv
is
guy.
all improv.
Yeah.
Now,
So-
don't get me wrong. There's some shit I had the script for.
Yeah.
Right.
He'll tell
and
me
that's
like,
what
I
makes
need
us
this.
good is because
I need you to
script-
at least say this.
Yes.
Like, I need you to get whatever you say, get this information out.
At
Okay, so
least
I got to
say
remember
that.
that Menor, this is the first time Menor, McKinley, they could get a 10-win season. They haven't had
Yep.
a 10-win season. They haven't beat Menor since 06. Like, I got to remember those things while I'm saying the other shit.
Yep.
So when you hear the balls and heart, that's all me.
Right,
You hear
right.
facts, it's all him.
Yeah,
gotcha.
and that's
You know
how
what I mean?
Chris was too.
You hear all him.
So I was directing Chris, and that's what everybody was like. Don't get me wrong, Chris did a fantastic
Yeah,
job,
yeah.
man. I could not have found a better person to be his substitute. Let's be honest,
Yeah.
I can't do that. I mean, I can be the guy on camera. I can do, hey, this is McKinley's first game, but I don't have the desire to because then I have to hire somebody to record me,
Right.
and I don't want to sacrifice that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because I truly believe no one else is going to get better footage than I do.
Yeah.
So, I'm not a natural on-camera person. It's just not me.
Right.
So finding Chris and thinking of it, I thought, holy shit, man. So he nailed that St. Ed's game. And like he said, most of it's my words. I'm telling him, I'm directing him what to say. But he nailed every bit of it. I just thought, oh my God, we got
This
to
past years you're
goal.
talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that video, it reflects it because the game sucked. I mean, you guys beat them in the
Shit, I had a great night.
I know. No, I did too. Hey, I did too. But I'm just saying, like from a video perspective, that game just, the fourth quarter sucks. You know what I mean? Like there was no.
Isn't it wild though how that perspective is so different as a coach versus like a fan? You know what
Absolutely,
I mean?
I totally get
it's-
it. I know.
Blast.
It's probably. Oh, I get it. I'm not trying to downplay the
Yeah,
win.
no, I get where you're
But
at.
just from like a video perspective, it's like, dang, if only that fourth quarter, like if only St. Ed's would have tied you guys and then you guys would have won the game or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it's just stuff like that. So I think, man, Chris nailed it. Just the different things he says, and so that's what, man, I can't wait to have a 2-person crew. So I can send him out somewhere.
Is this too early to know? Like, what year are you next fall?
It is too early to know.
Yeah, I know, because you still
Yeah.
flirting with the coaching a little bit, right?
Yep.
It is too early. To know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's why I'm glad I have Chris ready to go in case I need him
Yeah.
every week. But if he finds out that he's free Friday nights or at least some Friday nights or something, oh man, you know,
We're gonna be chit chatting.
yeah, we're gonna be chit chatting.
We call it chit chatting. I like that.
Yeah.
We chit chatting.
And that was the other thing I was going to say, and then I kind of got off track talking about other things. That I was in the same position as him with his parents. You know, I hate to say it on camera, you know, because my mom watches all the podcasts.
Sorry,
But
Mom.
sorry to
Sorry,
say,
Sue.
you know, my mother was kind of the number one hater for a while, just because of how everything the old videos looked, and I totally get that. But you know, the vision was not seen yet.
Sure.
Now my mom's the number one, you know, fan
Absolutely.
because she's now older. She can't make it to all the games, and so now she knows that she can get on my channel and watch games for free. You know, she gets to see him. She knows Chris because obviously he was my neighbor. So it's kind of interesting to see my parents do the 180 on it, and now my mom loves it. Now she knows you. She's like, "You're always on with that Maslin guy."
Yeah, what up,
You know?
Mom?
Yeah, and you know, we were at I have to say this on camera. We were at the Hosners.
Yeah.
And you remember you kept saying
Sorry.
like, "Oh yeah, we're at the garden in the Hosners."
Yeah.
My mom thought it was like a floral place.
Yeah,
You know,
nice.
she's like, "Do they sell flowers or
Nice.
something?" And I'm like, "No, he
They
just
might. They got a little bit of everything, but
He
yeah.
kept going, "Yeah, we're at the garden in the."
Osner's Gardens with the flower background. Yeah.
She thought it was like an actual flower place.
See, we
Man,
did
I
our
just spit
job
on the
on
damn
camera
table.
then, huh? That's
I
what
know.
you're telling me.
But no, so it's funny to see parents make that 180 that they're just, you know, they're like, "Oh, well, now I get it." Oh,
Yeah,
it is a
video
new-
gaming and like
yeah.
and video producing and everything that we
It's
do.
not
It's such a
seen.
niche.
Yep.
Like it's not a 9 to 5.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
It's
right.
not like he went to Key Bank. He worked till
Sure.
he worked till 6. He got off. You know, he had dinner with his family. Yada yada. He did the same thing.
Yeah.
It's so niche that you gotta know what's going on to understand it.
Yes.
Is there a lot of carryover and a lot of similarities, do you feel like, in the streaming video games and the
I mean,
podcasting?
the being on the camera, like knowing what to say, what not to say, like having a presence of mind of what's going on around me. Because you got to think, like doing the streaming, I'm narrating as I'm playing.
Yeah.
Same
all
thing with
improv.
football. I'm
Yep.
narrating as I'm
Yes,
playing, but
yeah.
it's more of a reaction like a fan / coach.
Yeah.
I'm coming from a different perspective. But it's all the same.
Right.
For me, at least, it's all the same. It's just if he can't pan that camera over me or not, I know that I got to speak up a little bit, or I gotta. He liked what I said, and if I see him pan, I'll repeat it because
Yeah.
he knows that's
It
gonna
is-
get him.
I
You know
can't
what I mean?
imagine how funny it is to watch us do our thing.
In third person, it's crazy.
Because-
I always think about that. Like, what does it look like us
Because
making these
you have to
$100,000 videos?
Yeah.
You have to imagine, you know, like let's say the field's out there and I'm recording the field, and then it's just like it depends on what's going on. If someone gets stuffs, okay, it's 1st and 10, they get a 1-yard run. I'm not going to pan to Jones.
Yeah.
But like, let's say it's a 15-yard gain and he fucking shoves somebody going out of bounds. I'm going to do this, and then Jones is just ready to go. And that's
Right.
what makes him.
Or
I had no doubt.
like when y'all played St. Ed's a couple years ago, and all y'all doing was y'all was sending 3, and that 3 was getting home every time against
Yep.
that. I mean, let's just college offensive line
Big
that they
10
had.
offensive
You know what I
line,
mean?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's like y'all got 1,500 pounds on that offensive line, and you telling me you can't block a 3-man front?
Yep.
You're drunk.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
pans to me because he knows I have something to say about
It's just
Yeah.
how he
It's
is.
4th and 2, and you telling me with 1,500 pounds you couldn't get a yard? You couldn't get 2 yards?
See, line was something different.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what
like,
you're
but it's like people that watch the videos, they like, we agreed.
Yeah.
Or like,
Yeah.
in that one Maslin when they trotted Mike Wright onto the field, everybody in the stadium knew that they weren't gonna call a play. It was gonna be a no play.
Oh, against us. Yeah,
And
I
I'm in
get
the
you.
background. I slam. I'm mad because as a coach, I'm like, it's going to be a no call. They trotted him on the field to get you to jump off sides. You jumped off sides. Nobody else in the stadium on the McKinley side. Everybody else should have knew that Mike wasn't getting the ball that play.
Yeah.
He was trotted onto the field to get you to jump off sides, and it happened.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's
that is the stuff that it just nobody else has access to, and it's because of his personality. I mean, like I said, I proved that I can do it by myself because of the Glenville Massillon game. It has like 70,000 views, and like internally in my head, I figured like that's my Kareem, like you know, and like the Valdosta St. Ed's games are like our Wilt,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and like I'm still searching for a Kobe with 80-some thousand views, but it just goes to show you, it's proof that the videos are good enough themselves that they get those amount of views. But it's the face of the channel, or at least the person that drives it. And Chris had a great video, no doubt. It's just something about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
The community, man, and it makes it better. I work in the school.
yes, and
You
they
know
all
what I mean?
know him.
So everybody knows me. Everybody in the city of Kent knows me. They went to school with me, or I coached a kid, or to some extent.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
if you're within the age of, I would go as low as 10, 12 to 33, 34, 35, you know me to some extent.
Yeah. Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I've had so many people, and we get to say this on camera. You know, everybody thinks that I'm the lowly cameraman, that I'm just, you know, they walk up to him and they're like, "Oh man, we just love what you do," and I don't care because I soak it in. You know,
Yeah,
it's
for
awesome. You know, so
And I
then-
try my best to be like, hey,
I don't
man, he's
care.
the brains behind
I
the
don't care.
operation.
Yeah.
He does the same thing. I
So-
don't care.
Yeah.
Nah,
So-
it's all him.
people
It's
just
not all me.
They're always just like, "Oh man, I just love what you do." You know, you get these characters from. We had the one dude at the one McKinley Glen Oak game that out of nowhere. You know, that's the funny thing, when people just come up out of nowhere at mid third quarter and they just got to say something. You know.
So do you guys like doing it from the crowd just as a fan better than being on the field because you get some of that unique interaction?
It's a little bit of both.
Well, I mean, it happens. Either way,
Yeah.
it happens. Like
Yeah.
if we could be walking up with our field passes, getting ready to get a hot dog or something, use the bathroom before we get on the field, and it happens there.
Yeah.
Or even on the
Yeah.
field, you got other people from WHBC. You got what is the Fox Sports or whatever.
Yeah.
You got other people that recognize that, oh, these are the guys that we are technically in competition with. They come up to us. We had the one dude at the Indian Valley game
Yeah.
talk to us for almost 20 minutes
Yeah.
before the game started.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was another dude, you know, doing the same thing.
Right.
You know what I
But,
mean? So it's
yeah.
like, in some light, we are kingpins when it comes to this, because it's like throughout all the rules, we follow all the rules and regulations. Like we don't monetize playoff games, yada yada. We follow all the rules, all the way down to the music selection. You know what I mean? To the language. Now
Yep.
I curse, right? But
Well,
there's
the language isn't a rule anymore,
but
so
you know
that's
what I
not
mean?
even
Right.
the care.
So it's like even everything down to the last, like the tiniest detail we followed.
Yeah.
Yep, because
And
I don't
we-
want
and
anybody
we
to ever
still-
say I didn't follow the rules.
And
'cause
we still
we don't pay for views.
soar.
We don't.
We
yep.
don't pay for views. Like we still soar.
Yep.
And it's all natural.
There's
You
somebody
got all
out there
these
paying for
guys.
views right now.
You got all these guys that thousands, tens of $1,000s in camera equipment. They got
Yep.
multiple views. They got a guy on this end, a guy on this end. Me and him have to fucking walk. Oh, it's about to change. It's about to change quarters. Let's get on that end
Right,
zone.
yeah.
And
You ain't
then,
playing the shell game.
then they turn the ball over. Let's go back to this end zone
Yep.
while they doing the timeouts and shit. TV
Yeah.
timeout.
Yep.
Like it's all we're doing that shit on our own.
As
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned, you got 1480 WHBC and Big Time Sports. They're both the two. That's unreachable. They got the live streams. They got everything they could need. And then I think Kevin Walsh, just because his shorts and everything are really, really good. But Kevin Walsh does not have a long form video that has as many views as Valdosta.
He doesn't.
So Kevin Walsh has a really awesome
And as quiet as it's
thing
kept,
of shorts.
I'd
I'd love to have Kevin Walsh on the podcast. What are we gonna say?
I want to have Kevin Walsh on the podcast, but something that me and Tommy have always talked about. It's not hard to get views on TikTok. I'm gonna just put that out there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know.
He's got millions of views
but he's got
on
it.
those shorts on YouTube.
You know what I mean?
he
But-
kills it, man. But it goes to show you, for some reason, the long form videos don't hit for him either.
Yeah.
They know
But they
for
do
sure.
for me and him.
It's so bad to the point where if they put 5 of their best guys, and I walk in the room, they're gonna know like, hey, that's Jim Trussell.
Yep.
But it's all these other people with all these different productions and all this and the live streams and everything that he's saying. They know if I walk in the room, I'm gonna get more recognition than those guys that have been doing this, whatever.
Right.
Because
And
it's
that's
just
not well
natural.
liked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for some people, it's not. Especially if you're doing it, if you do competition.
Right.
I'm Larry Curly and Moe with a $100 camera,
Yeah.
and I just spent 10 grand. I just spent 10 grand, brand new camera with the mic on it,
Yeah.
Yep.
rain protection sleeve and everything. And I'm on the sideline getting my ass tore up by that snow,
Yeah.
and you getting beat out by guys that done drove 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
You know,
And
what I
that's
mean?
what-
just to come bullshit
And that's what I've
because
said.
one, they love football.
The
Yeah.
camera we're using right now is from 2015. So all these people spending thousands of dollars, they're,
And the things that
they're
they're
losing
missing-
to a 10-year-old,
They're,
11-year-old.
the thing that they're missing, and
I
I
feel
don't
like
want
we're
to
talking way too
give,
much
I don't
now.
want to give my competition any help, you know. But the thing that they're missing, not only are they missing their foreman,
Yeah.
the guy that does the weather.
Yeah.
Not only are they missing that, they're missing the love for the game. Like their videos aren't made with a story to be told. Maslin ain't gonna be ready for what Valdosta got coming out to have. I guarantee it.
Yep.
That tells a story.
And
Right,
then,
right.
and then
I'm
it
a
flopped.
McKinley guy,
Yep.
rooting for Valdosta,
Yeah,
a team I don't know
right.
shit about.
Yeah.
Barely don't even know how to say their name.
Yeah.
But I came out, I seen 2 touchdowns from Valdosta, and I said, shit, man, Maslin in trouble.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
chit chat.
Yeah.
They went back and didn't know that Maslin was the one doing the chit chat.
Right. Yeah. That little chit chat at halftime. Yeah.
Hit us with questions, JP, because we've talked for too damn long.
I
both
feel
of
like
us.
I'm just kind of learning a lot about
Oh.
the main purpose I think tonight was to tell the origin story
True.
of
Absolutely.
the show. I didn't know a lot of Jones's background. I didn't know a lot of Europe, so I'm just
Yeah.
kind of taking it all in and seeing the evolution, I guess, of where it started and how it got here. I mean,
That's fair.
Something I wrote down. You talked about moms getting older, can't hit all the games like she used to. That's a common theme now.
Yes, absolutely.
Maslin specifically, like our fan base is notoriously aging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of season ticket holders that can't get to the game and make the climb up to Paul Brown and
Yeah.
sit in the seats they've been in. And I think this is an opportunity to deliver some of that stuff that you
Yep.
know they missed by not being able to go. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of people doing it, not a lot of people doing it great.
And that's the whole point. I forget what YouTuber said this, but one of them channels said this. The whole point is to show people what they missed out on.
Yeah.
And you see that with any game that we go to. Obviously, Maslin games are up there because of the amount of people that are at some of these games.
Sure. Yeah.
McKinley used to be like that. We're trying to get there. I'm trying to think of like a
Now,
particular.
is McKinley, do you think some of the attendance is the aging out issue as well? Or
Yeah.
Aging out for sure, but like I honestly believe like the games being at Tom Benson, like when you sit at certain seats in Tom Benson, you look and it doesn't look like it's a field.
Well, it
on
wasn't
the side.
built to be
It wasn't built to be a high school stadium, and that's where I was getting
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
We don't have a high school stadium,
Yeah.
so we can't just say like, oh, McKinley had a packed house at the game against Jackson, or McKinley had a packed house again against.
Because no matter
against
what, it
London.
won't be a packed
It
house.
won't be a packed
Yeah,
house, and
that's
don't
true.
let it be raining.
Yeah.
It's gonna look like ain't nobody there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everybody's standing underneath the.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like Maslin, it don't matter where you go. Y'all travel just as many fans to all these away games as y'all do
Yep. I said
at
that.
the home games, and it's a high school stadium. So if y'all got all these people in attendance, of course it's gonna look
Yeah.
packed.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then like McKinley, like if we don't travel well, you know what I mean? Like we just assume like, oh, we're
Only
supposed
certain places.
we're gonna beat Lake,
Yeah.
or we're gonna beat Perry.
And that's
So-
the problem with the Federal League, man, because then we get these scheduled games, and the problem is every single Federal League game is looked at, well, you guys better win, and if you don't win, well, I don't want to be there. And that's how I feel, too, sometimes. And that's the truth.
Yeah.
You guys don't have that because you guys are constantly scheduling somebody who is testing you guys every week. Not to say that McKinley is not tested by the Federal League, but it's just not the same thing. It's not the same. When we were younger, even when we were in high school, we had people at them games. You know, we had a McKinley Hoover game our senior year that had like 10,000 people at it. You know what I mean? Like that was a big game.
It was a packed
there was a
house.
lot of people
Now,
from
mind
Hoover.
you, Foster Stadium was
on that
a lot
old-
smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
You
did
know,
Fawcett hold? You remember?
Well, they're about the same actually.
Yeah, but it just
But
looked like it was
The two
it,
sides are different.
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like it had a away side,
yeah.
had a home side. The home
Yeah.
side was obviously bigger. Had the press box and it
Yeah.
had 2
Yeah.
end zone, but it was like a box. Like you know what I mean? Like most stadiums, like you guys have the away side, home side. The away side smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Most stadiums have like the box structure. It's more like a curved, like a almost like a 3/4 circle
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Even though the this end zone connects, but this one doesn't have
Yeah.
a seating.
They were
You know what I
supposed
mean?
to.
It's supposed
That's
to be.
that's what's sad. Well, and that's why we needed one high school. No matter what people want to say, I'm sorry, I don't want to go there. We can go there. I really don't care.
You talking about the Timken?
Yeah, absolutely. You
The
know,
only problem that I have is with the city where we grew up in. Gangs.
Yeah,
That was the only issue with that they did not put a full microscope underneath when they closed the schools was the gangs.
yeah,
Because all the rated guys and all the Newton guys and all of those guys, they went to Timken. That was how the problem pretty much relieved itself. Because it's like, I'm not finna go there. None of my family, none of my cousins go there. None of my gang boys go there.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to go to Timken where all my partners at. When they closed down the school and they had all them fights in 2015, it was a new thing, new news, a new piece of information to be heard about at McKinley. Every single, I want to say day, but every single week there was something new going on where there was just a lot of kids getting suspended, a lot of kids getting into altercations because they did not take into consideration how bad gang affiliations was going to be if you forced all the same kids to go to the same school.
Just being in proximity to each other.
And that right there could have been alleviated if all of the kids were always going onto the same campus.
Yeah.
Because think about all the movies like Gridiron Gang. Gridiron Gang is the only movie I can think about right now.
that's a pretty damn good
Gang
example.
affiliation.
Yeah.
But I want to play football. I can't let what's going on with me and you right now affect what I got going on the field.
Right.
So while we on the field, I'm gonna put all of that aside because you my brother while you got that helmet and shoulder pads on.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't. We can say it now, but so when we had Scamp on the one podcast, if you remember, I had mentioned that McKinley and Timken had stopped playing the basketball series for extracurricular activities. It was because of gang violence. And
Yeah.
I remember reading that in a basketball program.
Yeah.
You know, for them to write that in the program that the series had stopped due to gang violence.
And is it like,
Because you got all those Timken guys and all those McKinley guys at the Civic Center, downtown Canton.
That game was wild. That game was wild.
That's pretty much. Oh yeah, it's free range.
That's
Yeah.
why we had got wanded in. You know, it was a 7:00 tip off. It didn't tip off until like 8:15
Getting everybody through the metal
because
detector.
6,000 people got wanded in. You know what I mean? Like because it was a sold out game.
yeah.
You know, and I mean it was a great game, great everything, but they were just worried that something was going to happen.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a different element
because
there. Yeah.
and it was the first time that McKinley and Timken played in like 10 years or something like that. You know, and-
Because of that reason. Just
Yes.
The violence.
but then
right of it.
we happened to play each other because it was the playoffs.
Oh, so you had. Yeah, got
There,
it.
it wasn't a regular season game.
Yeah, like you
So-
couldn't get around it. Can't
Yeah.
just be like, oh, both teams take a forfeit.
I didn't
No.
realize
And other
that's
people on
how
the other
that
side
all-
of
We
the
didn't
bracket.
get to it. Like
Yeah.
I didn't want to say that in the middle because we're trying to, we're
yeah,
there
yeah.
for Scamp.
Sure.
I didn't want to ruin it with, oh yeah, McKinley Timken. Well, it was a big deal because of gang violence.
Yeah.
But it was a
Yeah.
big deal.
Wow, yeah.
And us being early college students, we were on Timken campus all day long, all week long. Oh, they thought for sure they had it in the bag.
Yeah.
Because, McKinley Timken series, man, I put it in the video. I don't know. It's like 80 games played. McKinley's like 70. McKinley's like 70 and 10 against Timken or something crazy like that. So Timken thought they were getting their first
But,
win
but
against
why does
McKinley
this
forever.
count? Timken had a squad.
They had the
Yeah,
squad.
yeah.
Both teams had the squad.
They had a squad. Man.
So their fans came ready to.
Yeah, they thought they had it. They
Yeah,
had it.
yeah.
Oh, and it was just kind
But
of
it was
one
a
of them
close
games.
game there.
Yeah.
Until the end when it was like, all right, the McKinley boys, they stopped bullshitting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was back and forth. It was like a Madison McKinley football game aura almost.
It was-
Gotcha.
They score, they dunk or something. They shoot a three. They fans go crazy. We come back. We shoot a three. We dunk. We go crazy, and then we get a steal, and they get a steal right back, and then they go and they lay it up, and now we got to call a timeout. They gonna go crazy. But it wasn't until that fourth quarter we got 3 steals back to back.
Yeah.
And one of those steals ended in an alley-oop dunk on the other end that shut down the whole momentum of the game.
And we mentioned that on the other one with Scamp, but one thing we did not bring up was just kind of the immediate aftermath of the alley-oop. That, okay, you know, they stole the ball, they threw it up. Mike Mills threw down the alley-oop, but he was fouled. So the crowd's going nuts while the referees are doing their thing. You know, they're telling the scorer's table who committed the foul and all that. Crowd's going nuts. And Mike Mills is kind of half standing on the free throw line, and he just kind of turns the McKinley crowd, and he's just doing this.
Yeah.
And the whole crowd's going nuts. And then Timken starts booing because he's not allowed to do that. You know, it's those kind of moments that it wasn't really captured on camera by me because I was a junior in high school.
Right.
But it was just one of those moments you cannot recreate.
Yeah.
Because the whole place was just going nuts. And it just, Timken thought for sure they had it in the bag, but McKinley controlled the whole game, and that throwdown alley-oop and one was just what, I mean, like he said, it just shut it down.
Yeah,
I mean,
game over.
yeah, absolutely. And everybody's going nuts. The Let's Go Pups start.
Yeah.
And that was the last thing Timken wanted to hear was the Let's Go Pups.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure. I
And
mean,
and we heard it all year long, all week long. Oh, Timken, we're going to beat you guys.
Yeah.
We knew all these Timken guys. You know,
They
they.
knew it.
Yeah.
It was some of the guys. Some of them we hooped with at St. Joe's, you know what I mean? or at
Anywhere, yeah.
at Cedar.
Yep.
Thought they had it.
But do you guys have anything like that? Because I mean, Masson's always one school, but like I know you guys always joke about the Longfellow.
Yeah. We had the 2 middle schools. It was East Side, West Side. It was split up by what they split East Side with 20. Was it 20? No, I'm sorry. It was Lincoln Way. It was basically Tufts, East Side, West Side,
Right.
and you know, the Longfellow, LA. The only thing I've ever thought about in it is coming up was there was 2 teams. So now you're developing 2 quarterbacks, 2 sets
Yep.
of offensive line, 2 sets of D. So, you know, there is the argument that people make that now being one middle school, you don't develop the depth. You know, you have more opportunities to start and play with 2 schools.
That's a good argument.
So, you know, there are 2 sides to it, but we don't have the element. You're talking about something completely different. It-
But I feel
Absolutely,
like the depth,
yeah.
that falls back on the coaching.
Sure, it does. There was a lot of pride, Massillon, L.A. Longfellow, and there used to be a Jones, and there was a lot of pride in the middle schools. It was the big game, it was a city championship, and it was the only game back then that you played on in Paul Brown. At the
Gotcha.
end of the, now, I mean,
It was like an honor. Yeah, I get you.
there's a lot of games played in the stadium now, but back then it was you got that one game every year, and it felt like a Super Bowl to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the only thing. I was the 2 middle school system, and the older crowd thinks that was the depth, helped develop some depth and all that. I mean, I get it. There's going to be pros and cons no matter how you do it.
I bet they didn't give a damn about depth 2 years ago.
I was just about to
No, I
say a
mean,
similar
that's
thing,
what I'm
man.
saying. If it
That
didn't, you know,
it didn't matter who y'all put on the field. Then
Yeah, right.
There's
Yeah.
That
only
motherfucker was gonna produce.
there's only one Massillon playoff era state championship,
Yeah,
and it was
yeah,
won
that's
just a
right.
few years ago.
That's right. Well,
so
and
whoever has the old, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, Massillon won a lot of titles back in
I'm
the day
not.
with the
Yeah, I'm
two
not trying to
systems
say
and-
that, but I'm just saying like anybody who people have a lot to say, but then they
Sure.
forget that they didn't win anything.
You know, and we don't have
You know?
obviously the gang aspect. Of
Yeah,
it.
I know, it's
When
kinda
you
different.
Put it together, it didn't create that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
like you would hope that, you know, we talked about it last year. Like you just hope that it would inspire people to want to play for something bigger than themselves.
Yes.
right.
You know, that was one of the things I wanted to hit on. You know, that they lost to Menor. You know, it's like there's always like this feeling of, wow, man, we should have won. I mean, I feel like that we should have won the game, sure, but they need to come back more hungry the following year, and I think that's something that gets lost sometimes.
Yeah.
That it just, you gotta come back more hungry. I don't care who lost. I don't care who's gone from the team. Man, you gotta want it. It's the, you know, we already know who's on the schedule. Warren Harding, somebody else, and then the Federal League, and then somebody else over here.
Right.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Like, they gotta.
McKinley has this thing, and it's you even see it at the middle school level that they think just because of what's across their chest,
Yep.
We're gonna lay down.
They're
and
just
their
gonna
colors,
win.
That oh yeah, we supposed to win this. I didn't realize until last year. Quiet as it's kept, we went undefeated, but we tied against Jackson in 8th grade, and we just knew that like there's no way that jet sweep or there's no way that toss is getting around.
Yeah.
The Jackson guys ain't supposed to be as fast as McKinley guys. Like there's just something that you just like. There's things that you just expect to happen.
Sure.
And it's like this new age of football. Like these kids are hungry.
It don't
Yeah.
matter where
They
they're
don't-
from.
They
Yep.
don't matter where. It don't matter where you from.
Yep.
I'm gonna line up and try to beat you every single play.
Yeah.
And for teams and for guys like us, guys like McKinley, we just assume that we get up on a team or we get an important stop. Teams are just gonna lay down.
Oh, yeah.
We almost lost the Green or
Talking about
Hoover.
varsity.
Yeah, the Hoover game. We
Well,
almost lost
Hoover's
the-
been getting good. They've
We
been
almost-
getting better,
we
but
almost
then
lost
look
to
what
Hoover.
happened when they played somebody else.
We almost lost to
You know what I
Hoover
mean?
this year because we thought that we got an important stop. We were
Dude.
they're just gonna lay down. Or McKinley's up 14-0. McKinley's up 21-0. Like we're just gonna lay down. No, you got to keep that
the
foot.
gas pedal.
You
Yeah.
got to keep that foot on the neck.
Yeah.
And I feel like for McKinley, like we ain't had a dominant like Mass on them beat. I done seen y'all done beat.
I know you guys will win
58-6,
400 yards offensively, 20 for the. I
You know what I mean? Like-
McKinley don't have that.
Like McKinley, they get a 2-score lead and they just think shit comfortable.
Yep.
The fact that
Those
we're
three
down
jerseys.
21-0, and now our guys on the sideline doing run pass calls. They jumping up and down. Everybody, it's all of that.
Yeah.
All of that is included.
Every game has a
Absolutely.
story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's something down to the littlest tidbit
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
can make the biggest turnaround on Twitch or on YouTube, any streaming platform. Shit. Even with you with that Facebook shit, I still got to get on your ass.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we
get
got
it together.
it's just a toggle of a button, man. And you probably type in your password or something.
His problem is he got the ability. He just ain't gonna do it.
No, I'm gonna do
Just
it.
lazy.
I'm gonna get it together.
You said
He gonna get it
said this
together.
last year.
JP's gonna
I'm
have
gonna get
way
that
more
together.
gray hair the next time we talk about him having it
and then
together.
still not have it set up. Yeah.
All right, man. Any last words? We're at 2.5 hours at least recording on the mic.
All right, man. You already know, dog. It's good football around here.
JP, can I get a BULL?
DOGS.
Oh, see, I didn't even know where we was going with that. Listen, all I know is that
FCKINLEYPUPS.
It's my 11 year.
Oh, yeah.
I'm working on
I thought
my
of it.
11 year.
Y'all got
We
that
couldn't
whack
keep it
ass.
up though.
Y'all got that whack ass TIG.
Yeah. It must have stuck with him.
It hurt a little bit though.